Welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
There we go. There's that mic. Welcome. Welcome to Sam Roberts Show. Happy Monday. Beautiful weekend here. I hope it was a beautiful weekend there, wherever there is. You can call us on this Monday morning at 866-969-1969. You can do, I think they're saying you can tap in the app. Right? Right? That little phone thing. It's all good if you want to contribute. If not, if you want to just, lay back in the cut a little bit and just listen, that's fine too. We're cool here. You don't need to worry about that. It's utter chaos. I mean, everywhere. New York, it was chaos this weekend. Knicks and 6. I tried to tell you guys, Knicks and 6. It was Knicks and 6. The Knicks, what was it, on Friday was when the game was? They beat the Celtics 119-81. Destroyed them. Is there any excuse? I mean, because even when the Celtics lost, a pretty important player due to a torn Achilles, they were able to win the game after that. Did they not watch The Town, or did they not watch Gladiator or whatever movie? Did they miss movie night before Game 6?
I don't know, man. It's always weird to me how there can be such a massive blowout, because this happened last night or yesterday afternoon in Game 7 of Thunder Nuggets.
Right.
Thunder
Nuggets is what they called me in high school. There goes Thunder Nuggets again.
That's what you eat at night.
Yeah. I think I'm going to make some Thunder Nuggets.
They blew them out.
Yeah.
And this is a series that went the distance. And how do you just suddenly, or not suddenly, but just not show up for that game?
Well, yeah. Basketball, more so than most other sports, feels like the one that momentum can turn on a dime.
Yeah.
And once momentum starts to shift, you can find yourself. I guess that's just because you can do rapid points, and all of a sudden, with 2s and 3s, you look at the scoreboard and you're down by 30. You're like, forget it. I don't have the spirit in me anymore.
I can't do it.
And then once you start winning by that much, you start to feel like, oh my God, I'm invincible. I'm a superhero. Brings out the best.
The only other time I can think of momentum shifting that hard was in the 5th inning of the Yankees-Dodgers game.
What happened then?
Aaron Judge dropped a ball.
I remember that. That really did. I can picture it, and I know now too. My kid brings that up, and that was the first postseason he ever watched. And he was excited because, Yankees, he's from New York. What does he know? But he watched Aaron Judge, who to him is the greatest player, second only to the Rizzler, drop the ball. And he brought it up recently. He was like, hey, remember when Aaron Judge dropped that ball? I was like, wow, that's a core memory. That's baked in there forever now. Yeah. No, that did shift momentum.
Well, it's also because
greatly.
His grandfather, your father, probably brings that up every time he sees it.
All the time. All the time. He loves it.
Hey, how was baseball today? You didn't drop any balls like Aaron Judge, right?
That's right. Yeah, his grandfather, Pop, it gave him a new lease on life. It made him realize that no matter how many years he spent on this planet, amazing things still happen. But a lot of people felt that in New York this weekend. A lot of celebrating going on as the Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals to face the Pacers, as WWE predicted in June, by the way. Right. In June. I think the WWE has officially taken over from The Simpsons predicted it. Now WWE predicted it. There was a lot of... yeah, I'm a little worried. This is the chaos that I'm worried about, because I love a celebration. We did it in Syracuse. I've been a part of them. But... You have to take into account what exactly we're celebrating. And the idea that the type of chaos ensued outside of Madison Square Garden that ensued just to make it to the conference finals. Not the overall finals, not the championship season game, not even to win the conference finals, to make it to the conference finals. You have to understand that if we, and when I say we, I mean the Knicks, if we win an NBA championship, it's going to be worse than Cloverfield in this city. They're going to tear buildings to the ground. I mean, people were sitting on top of billboards. They were doing, I'm watching a guy do pull-ups on a street light and then just fully, I mean, he's not a strong guy. He just collapsed. He did 3 pull-ups, then collapsed. Whatever that is. I mean, 20 feet to the ground.
Adrenaline will make you do crazy stuff.
It really will. And then the adrenaline wears out, and he goes, oh, my God. I didn't plan on getting down from this at all. And he just falls into a crowd that, like a movie, spread for him. Nobody catches him. Oh, he's falling. Let's make sure he's got room to hit the concrete. But, I mean, 33rd Street was a complete debacle, and we've seen this before. It's just, I mean, look at that dude. There's a dude.
Oh, he's the man.
Just sitting on top of a billboard like he's Drake.
In slides.
In slides, like he's Drake on top of the, what is that, the CN Tower in Toronto?
Uh-huh.
That Drake was chilling on top of when he was going through the 6 with his woes. He's just hanging. Somehow he got to the top of this massive electronic billboard outside of Madison Square Garden. He's got slides and socks on, and he's checking his phone. He's just sitting on the corner of the billboard, checking his phone like it's nothing, which is exactly what you should be doing. It's one and then if you look at the guy who's across the street from him, he's trying to climb up the "Don't Walk" sign. Nobody's impressed, bud.
No.
There's a man on a billboard.
Look over there.
There's a man on a billboard who's just checking his phone like it's nothing. Like, oh no, this is just where I sit. I mean, it's amazing.
Like you said, you still have to win 8 more games.
8 more games. Okay, we have 2.
You have to do this again.
Two extremely difficult series.
Yeah.
If we make it back, and maybe that's because people know. Like,
I like that you're starting to say we.
We.
Good for you.
We're the Knicks. we have to do a lot. There's a lot of work we have to do. I think it's because this is New York's way of letting the Knicks know, listen, if you don't get any further, you're still winners in our book. I think, as people who have followed the Knicks, I like that there's no, okay, we can't celebrate too much right now, okay, we have to, wear our lucky socks, we have to do, no. The fact that we made it to a conference championship means we have to stage dive off of taxi booths.
And I get it because, most of the people that I see in these videos probably weren't even alive the last time they got this far.
No, when was the last time they got this
2000.
far? Right.
So, it's been 25 years, so that is something to celebrate.
Honestly, if there's anybody over 25, maybe as an onlooker, maybe, but if you're over 25 and you're climbing up billboards and jumping off taxi stands.
Just in general.
Yeah. If you're climbing up lampposts and you're even at 28, something's gone wrong. You need to get your life together. At 25, you're still invincible. At 28, you got something to lose. You know what I mean? You can't. If you're 28 or older, and you're looking eye to eye with a street sign, if the what is that, 8th Avenue? If the 8th Avenue sign is at eye level with you, and you're pretty close to 30 or older, something's gone wrong.
So if you're in your 30s, and you try to jump over a gate in Japan and you break your arm.
Something's gone wrong.
Okay.
That's
just a hypothetical.
Just a hypothetical. Something's gone wrong. Yes. But, it's not like, and you almost go, well, the city's got to be, so worried about this. Not really. Because if you look, while all these people are skydiving off of structures into crowds.
Looks like Lollapalooza.
And everything behind them, every building you see is orange and blue all over it. They're like, no, this is what we should be doing. The Empire State Building is orange and blue. That badass library across the street from Madison Square Garden, whatever it is.
That is a post office.
Is it? Looks like a library to me.
No.
Is orange and blue. Madison Square Garden itself is orange and blue. Everything is like, yeah, we should be doing this. Hey, there are billboards over there. You should be climbing up that thing. Sit on it.
It was great.
Yeah.
I I obviously want them to win, but I really want to see what happens to this city.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to bring out severe law enforcement.
That's not going to work.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Especially because everybody in the city on some level is excited about this.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because, like, basketball's like the only sport. I mean, I guess we're bad at football, but we play in Jersey. So we don't even really, like, care that much. But the Knicks are the one team, like, we feel entitled to a championship. Meanwhile, in baseball, we just get them all the time. Like, we always have them. But we don't get them in basketball.
Are the Knicks like strictly a New York City thing, though? Because I don't remember, growing up in the suburbs, I don't remember anyone giving a shit about the Knicks.
Oh, no. In the suburbs of New York City? Yeah, for sure.
I mean, at
People
least
love the
I know
Knicks.
New Jersey, we had the Nets growing up,
Wait,
so that might be why there was so much apathy towards basketball.
New Jersey is not the suburbs of New York City.
Well, yes,
It's a totally
it's quite
different state.
literally.
No, it
suburbs.
isn't. It's a different state. New Jersey is maybe suburban, but it's not this. You can't cross state lines and call yourselves a suburb.
I
I
believe that's specifically how it works in many locations. The South Jersey suburbs of Philadelphia.
No, sorry.
No, different states.
Different states. Can't cross state lines and call yourselves a suburb.
Now, for the record,
You can't claim a city. Even the Rizzler had to clarify.
for the record, we don't want to claim New York, but geographically,
I don't believe
we're sort of
that.
forced
I don't believe that
to.
at all.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all because I go to a certain stadium and I see two letters on two different football teams, and neither one of them are the state that you guys claim to claim.
Well, I don't root for either of those teams.
No, you're a Dallas guy.
I claim the greater Fort Worth area.
That's true. That's true. That's true. In the fall and winter, you're a Fort Worth guy. No. You can't cross state lines. The suburbs of New York City are, and I won't give you Staten Island either because it's a borough. The suburbs of New York City are located in Westchester and Long Island. Those are the suburbs. That's it.
Fair enough. I mean, you can have them.
In Jersey, you can be like a suburb of, I guess, like Newark.
I would almost prefer it.
Well, that's a choice.
I mean, Newark produced Anthony Soprano.
That's true. They did. What? I mean, is David Chase from Newark?
He grew up in Essex County.
Okay, all right. No, you get
But
him.
I believe Tony grew up in the Down Neck area of Newark.
No, you get him. Jersey 100% gets the Sopranos.
Oh, we'll take that.
Yes, 100%. But yeah, I also think Jersey has their own teams, right? You had because when you were growing up, at least you had the Nets before they left.
Yeah, and even that no one really cared about
because they sucked.
Yeah, it was hockey was very big in New Jersey in the 90s.
Right.
And even in Clerks, they shut down the store to play hockey on the roof.
I like that in a lot of your argument in Jersey, you're going with fictional film and television.
Oh, we're a bastion of popular culture.
That is true. That's very true. And you just don't see New York reflected in popular culture ever.
Well, from time to time.
Here and there, maybe.
Sort of the backwater.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but I mean, I know in Westchester, the Knicks love was strong growing up, especially because like that was the Bulls era. So there was even more like people felt like Patrick Ewing did, John Starks. John Starks did like a basketball camp that everybody wanted to go to. People loved the Knicks around me. I mean, I don't know if they were jumping off billboards, but they were kids.
I mean, it's different type of people now.
It really,
And I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No, but
I'm just saying kids are more inclined to do crazier shit now.
because everything's on film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, everything's on film. And if we thought there were no consequences when we were growing up, in an era where everything is captured on video, there are even less consequences. I think for kids now. It's amazing. So, I mean, we'll see. I do appreciate that. I feel like if the Knicks don't win, Knicks fans will kind of take it in stride. Like, okay, we had our moment. It'll be all right. But if they do, I mean, this Mayor Adams better be on it because we're in a lot of trouble.
Let's burn this motherfucker down.
Yeah. Are you going to join, you think?
100%.
Yeah, because it's fun, right?
He's wearing
So
orange
much
right
fun.
now.
Yeah. Oh, you a Knicks guy?
Oh, now I am.
Yeah.
You just happens.
You just found out about them, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, like right now.
There's a basketball team? Oh, is that why those buildings were blue and orange? But you would join if the celebration extended all the way down to like Lower East Side. You jump.
100%. I love this.
You do.
I love when people are coming together for like a, to celebrate and let's just fuck shit up.
Right. Right. I think that's fun too. There is something almost like anarchist about it.
Yes.
In the sense that it's like, no. All this stuff that you've set up for us to make our lives easier, we're going to destroy it.
We're going to tear it the fuck down.
Right. You guys figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they're happy.
Well, yeah. Good
team.
news. Good news for our city.
And that's why I love Philly. They just go hard.
They do.
It's the best.
They do. Remember when the Eagles won, they were riding horses through Philly.
That's right.
I don't know where those horses came from.
I mean, they're tearing down stoplights.
Yeah.
How great is it? Your team wins. You're like, that stoplight has to come down.
I think it's great. But
I get it. No flaw in that logic.
no. However, they're not built like New York. They weren't doing that when there were still 2 rounds left to go. they weren't doing that because they made it to the conference finals.
It's a celebration.
It is.
But the Knicks never win, right? Like, when was the last time they actually won?
Well, that's the thing. The last time they won a championship?
Yeah.
It was over 50 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're getting close.
And they haven't gotten this far in 20 years.
Okay.
So,
Right.
a lot of these kids, or 25 years rather. 25. So a lot of these kids haven't experienced this.
Right.
I get it.
I mean, that's why, literally, whatever it was, 10 years ago, Jeremy Lin helped them win 3 games, and everybody was like, it's a movement.
Insanity.
Yeah. It's like we won 3 games, and everybody was like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened. It is nice, though, that New York, as such a front-runner city, has never given up on the Knicks.
No.
There's always a love. There's always a love for the Knicks. Everybody wants to see them winning.
And there's also there's no competition. It's something that really kind of unifies everybody because there's the Mets and the Yankees.
Right.
There's the Giants and the Jets.
They thought they were going to do it with the Brooklyn Nets.
It didn't work.
No, because can you imagine going well, I'm not going to celebrate the Knicks. I'm more of a Brooklyn Nets guy.
Nobody cares that they're there.
No, nobody cares. You'll go because it's something to do.
Sure.
Black and white is a cool color scheme. You'll wear.
People love their hats.
Yeah, you'll wear the gear.
Yeah.
Jay-Z made them cool.
Yeah, kind of cool that Jay-Z was associated with them for a while, but
But no, everybody.
I never met anybody that said that was their team.
In New Jersey, sure. Growing up, like Mike said,
they're they haven't let it go.
Yeah, you'd watch Nets games, and there were some good Nets teams in the late '90s.
Sure.
The Devils were very big in the 90s, though. I feel like that
Yes.
greatly overshadowed them.
Sure. But, yeah, I think in Brooklyn, people are like, hey, I remember when you could actually drive around that area that they put a big arena in. Traffic is impossible over there now.
The worst.
It's terrible.
So, yeah, I think that has something to do with it. They're everybody can get behind this team because
Yes.
that's the team.
That's the team.
Every other sport, there's multiple teams.
Right. Which, again, we're just so spoiled, and we feel like we deserve basketball, too. And we do. Yeah, I don't think if the Brooklyn Nets were going into even the finals, people would be like, oh, okay, cool. I'll go check out the game, but,
Yeah. Is that on TV?
Yeah. Oh, they.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll watch.
Yeah, I guess. Sure. So, yeah. So, shout out to New York and the Knicks in 6. And just when I thought I had watched all the chaos imaginable with the Knicks fans tearing down the Madison Square Garden area, all of a sudden I start getting videos sent to me that this boat has collapsed the top of it under the Brooklyn Bridge. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Because, people, of course, they're reaching out going, Sam, you've been so publicly pro trucks getting can opened. You know what I mean? You love it when a truck has the roof torn off under a overpass. You love it when people miss a cruise ship. Where do you stand on boats hitting bridges? And I said, that's a good question. I'm glad people brought it to my attention. Now, even before, I did not realize when this was, I think, the first video that I saw, which is the perspective of the people on the shore, and it's just the boats coming towards them. I did not realize that it's a Mexican naval ship. And I didn't realize as part of I guess it was a ceremonial thing that they had people up on top of all those cross beams, strapped in, which is crazy. But even without seeing that there were people up there, just the terror and chaos
Of that big flag?
Of a of a giant boat. I mean, it is when you see it up close and personal. The flag is very big, but a boat making contact with land when you're just sitting there thinking you'll take a picture. Like, there's a trust that we put in these big machines, and you can see that trust. Like, people on the shore just sitting there going like, I'm gonna make a video of this boat, it's really close. And slowly, one by one, people are going, the boat's too close. And they go, no, it's a boat. It'll stay in water. It's not going to be a problem. These boats will never turn on us.
Yeah, we have an agreement that things from sea do not come on.
They don't come on the land. That's exactly right.
And when they do, we kill them.
Right.
If a whale comes up on the shore,
kill it immediately.
Yep, kill
because this is a monster from the sea. But when like this boat starts like making contact with the land, you realize, to me, immediately, you realize the fragility of this whole system that we have. Like, immediately. You go, a boat crashing into the land we're not ready for it. Just as people, this lady is sitting there with a stroller, and she got no hands on the stroller because she's videoing the boat that's about to crash into her stroller. She got to grab the stroller and go like, oh my God, a boat's about to run over my baby.
because like you said, we have an agreement.
The boat stays on the water.
Yeah.
It might get close, but that's a boat.
It's coming right at us.
People, yeah. Yeah. And then I'm looking and like, I'm trying to figure out what is going on because at first
I thought we were under attack
it looked. I mean,
by
and
the
then
Mexican Navy.
and then you look and like all the like phone videos are going all over the place because people are running and scattering. It was really like kind of terrifying to watch. And then as you look up, you see that the bridge, like the boat's too high, the bridge is low, and it starts knocking over the beams. And I don't know if like it was meant to go in the center and the
So
bridge
it had
is higher
already-
in the center.
It had already gone past the bridge.
Yeah.
This is it backing up.
Oh, that's
Like
the
it
back
was
of the boat.
it was off course.
Whoa, and it
It
just started.
drifted. It drifted.
So now
back.
it's just drifting.
Yes.
So
it lost
wow,
power.
so it's not even like I thought that they were trying to push it through, and then the boat just drifted to
No,
the side.
I'm pretty
but-
sure it had already gone through in the middle where it was supposed to.
because the middle is higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And now it's just like kind of free.
when it lost power and it lost
That's
steering, it went back.
now it's just in the water.
Yeah.
And you realize that like we have developed a lot as a society. We have developed a lot as human beings, like in terms of machinery. But once the water decides it's time to take you, the water decides it's time to take you.
We are not ready for technology to fail.
No. Like because what happens if the steering goes out? Don't
I don't know.
don't ask that question.
Yeah.
And then it gets really scary because you find out that there are like almost like a ceremonial thing. There are human beings that are strapped in on all of those high beams, and when those beams get knocked off, like broken, when it passes under the low part of the bridge. From the back of the boat, or I guess it's technically the front of the boat, but it looks like the back of the boat because the back boat is moving backwards. You start seeing people dangling off those pieces of the boat that are coming down, and you realize like what an absolute catastrophe this thing actually was. And I guess it does just come down to like
No, from the other angle you can see it.
that the people start to
There
like
you go, yeah.
like you can't really believe it as you're watching because you want to think it's just whatever light bulbs or something, whatever's hanging off those beams, and then you realize it's the unmistakable. And I can't imagine like the terror of the people being on those beams, realizing like, oh my God, like there's no stopping this thing.
Nope.
Like it's going, and that bridge is not what's gonna. The bridge is there. The bridge is staying strong.
Bridge can't move.
No,
Bridge is like, I wish I could do something.
I wish I could do
guys.
something, but I ain't moving.
No. Yeah.
And then and you can see as like the ropes come down that there are like people attached to them. They said I think there are 2 people that died and 17 that are injured right now.
yeah.
I mean,
And they're young too.
yeah,
Because they're all just like cadets.
sure,
You know.
sure.
It did go through, and then they lost power. The steering tugs couldn't get it back on time, and it went with the current back towards the bridge.
How did they lose power?
Somebody probably turned it off.
I hope not.
Don't need this anymore.
Yeah, no.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
it
I mean,
just-
that's the same
it
thing that
just
happened in
failed.
Baltimore last year.
The power. That's right. That's right. The power just fails, and then they're like, "Well, that's now we're at the
People
mercy
forget
of
to charge their boats.
Yeah. That's why I say electric boats are a no-go. They just like,
It's so sad.
and now we're at the mercy of wherever the water's going
of
to
the
take this
water,
boat. Man, that is so. And the people that are sitting there watching, like taking video and stuff, they've got to be going, wait a minute, the boat already passed us. Now it's going backwards? Is it
look,
doing
it's
like,
coming back.
oh, cool.
Maybe they forgot something.
We can go front and back. We're just trying to impress everybody. No, it's crazy, man. We'll tweet out some of this video so you guys can see it, but it kind of went everywhere over the weekend just because you don't see it. And now look.
No, plus it's such a majestic, beautiful looking ship.
Yeah, it's
Not
got
like the Oasis of the Seas or something.
No, it's got those it's got vibes of the Titanic when the Titanic started breaking and it was all this luxurious stuff. It's when the lights, those beautifully lit cross beams start to break and some of the lights go out and start flickering and then they start swinging everywhere. That's when you start to go, oh, we're in real trouble here. This is bad.
Billy Zane's running around.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? You guys, you're on your own.
Yeah, look at my hair.
I'm gonna go. This hair is staying. I'm getting on one of these lifeboats with these ladies and the kids. Man, yeah, it was an insane thing to look at. And then what? I guess they just got it under control, right after that, because it was by the shore.
Yeah,
and they were able to just kind of get everybody that they could off of it.
He said, "Easy, big fella."
Wow.
And then they stopped.
No, it's
Oh yeah, there's going to be investigations.
Yeah, because how can it, especially for something that's just this is literally just a display, we're just doing this to go hey,
look what we got.
look what we got. This is so cool.
Yeah, this is cool, right?
It's ceremonial.
Yeah.
This is a ceremonial trip. So, yeah, hopefully everybody's okay beyond what we know, right? That they don't discover anymore. But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, sea travel kind of freaks me out.
Just in general?
Yeah. I don't think we figured.
I travel in the high seas every day. It's fine.
I'm okay with you traveling on the high seas every day, to tell you the truth.
You're not worried for me.
I just feel like
There have been casualties on the Staten Island Ferry before.
that's why I'm not worried.
Okay.
I feel like
Kind of it happened once, it won't happen again type thing? I appreciate
not
it.
like that.
Oh.
I feel opposite. I feel like I just don't think we've mastered the seas like we think we do. I think of all the elements on the earth, land, air, and sea, the sea is the one that is by far the most out of control, sort of independent of anything.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? I think we've got the technology. What's the air going to do? If technology fails in the air, of course, we're completely screwed. But that's generally the technology's fault. It's not the air coming back at us. Now, if a bunch of geese come in and screw up the technology, I think you'll be okay as long as you got your iPod with you.
Yes.
Right? And you can listen to your song, land on the Hudson.
If you have
you'll be all right.
Evanescence booted up,
Right.
you're good.
Right.
Good to go.
But I just think we're still, even in 2025, I think we're kidding ourselves when we think that we have the oceans figured out.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the one spot where it's still the ocean itself can betray you. The ocean itself can get you, even if your technology is fine, even if whatever.
What if you have an Xbox controller?
Well, it's funny you should mention that. There was a group that thought that was what was missing.
And it worked?
An off-brand Xbox controller.
No problem?
The only problem they had was they completely disintegrated. Yeah. The pressure came in and caved them in completely. It wasn't, as it turns out, that theory was put to the test, and an off-brand Xbox controller was not what we needed. But that's a great example. That wasn't, the technology wasn't great there, but ultimately, that's because we're not ready for the sea. We've figured out land. Human beings have figured out land like nobody's business. I don't think any species has figured anything out as well as we have figured out land. We have figured out how to build structures that can survive earthquakes.
We crush it on the land.
We're so good at land. We can build stuff so tall up. I mean, it's
Which
crazy.
means that we're also pretty good at air. Because like,
Yeah, because in the air, air is where the wind is coming.
Yeah.
And they want to go like, okay, yeah, but up here in the air, our wind is going to be so tough, we're going to knock over your buildings. And we go, no, I think we figured that out, and we have. You know, look at all the skyscrapers in New York City. You kind of figure out how you can get them to weave a little bit, but they're going to be fine.
but C
Forget it.
fucks us up all the time.
All the time. We have no control over it.
Remember the
and-
hurricane?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Stand back. I remember the hurricane.
Not Hurricane Helm.
And God forbid if the sea ever decides to come up upon land, we're done then too.
Yeah.
We're done.
You can't. Yes. Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
this guy. I don't know if you have heard about him. A couple weeks ago, he quit his job, cashed out his 401k, and he's sailing around the world. It was like his dream to do. And like he's on Instagram and he's getting like, a shitload of followers.
worst dream you could ever have.
One day
Stupid.
he's just not going to post.
Of course he isn't.
Because you already see these, like it's him and his rescue cat on a boat, and
Yeah.
they're sailing around the world.
Because he's going to drop his water jug into the water, and then he's going to drop his Skype call into the water too. Just like the funniest scene of any TV show, when the Skype call falls into the water. No. Yeah, no, 100%.
But like he's already he'll already like post videos where like, oh, I had to do this today, and this today, and this today. And the seas were angry, and the wind. And
Right.
this- like
The seas were angry. Nobody ever says the land was angry. Nobody ever says the sky was angry.
yeah, this guy, he rules. But
Corporate America, he cashed out his 401k to sail the world with his cat. I don't think he rules. And I think this goes back to you loving that guy in the Pearl Jam movie who lived in a bus in the forest.
well,
I hate that kid.
I mean, I don't like that kid,
He sucked.
but I like that this dude is like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna live my dream. This is what I want to do.
You know what? Honestly,
you got a cat. He's cool.
This guy feels like somebody who never really got his shit together.
Yeah,
and he's like,
probably.
I guess I'm going to go on the ocean so I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah, because he's not with anybody, and he had to learn all this shit on his own, and he's still learning on the fly.
That's so stupid. That's so
Troy, what do you think?
stupid.
You're looking at him with a scowl.
Yeah, it's not for me.
No, of course not.
It's cool he's got a cat, but
Sure.
You
but
like
can-
that part?
But guess where else you can have a cat?
at home in an apartment.
That's
but
right.
but if
this
Troy was
cat,
like-
by the way, this cat hates being on the sea. Cats
Maybe
are not
not.
sea creatures.
Cats love fish.
Yeah, but you're not are you catching fish and giving it to him?
Maybe he is.
Probably not. He's not a fisherman.
If Troy quit his job, cashed out his 401k, and was like, I'm going to live on a train for the rest of my life because he loves trains,
That's-
we'd be like, that's awesome. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, but number one, that's on land. So we've mastered land.
Yeah, but it's
And
his
number-
train, and he has to learn how to use it.
Well, you don't have to move the train. He'd probably just park the train.
No, it has to be moved because
Is it a local? Is it a steam engine?
it's a steam engine, and
Okay.
he's on rails that are active.
Oh, so at some point another train's coming, so you better get out of the
so
way.
He
Oh,
has
okay.
to live
right.
on a moving train.
He's got to learn how to be a train conductor.
Yeah, but we'd say that, hey, that's great, good for you.
It's way different than being out on
It
the
is way
sea.
different because you brought up a good point. He's on land, and we have mastered land.
We've mastered land. Forget about that.
Yeah, like if I could cash out my 401k, I would just buy like a caboose to put in my backyard.
That's the move. That's what you would do. That's why it's not. If you could live in a train, you would just put the train
In my backyard.
right and just live on the train car.
Now if I could have a caboose and a locomotive.
My man, you already got a caboose.
I don't know. We were flirting this morning, but I don't mind it. I like the vibe.
Monday, the weather's so nice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Summer's coming out.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would take if I had the money, I would get a locomotive.
Okay.
And then it would be the coal car,
Right.
and then it'd be a caboose, and I'd live in the caboose.
I love
And
that.
And then I'd just go in the locomotive just to hang out.
Sure.
That's
and
like
you
the
could
man
even
cave.
if you really I mean look, if you had the money to be like this guy instead of living on the sea, I think the move would be buy a cul-de-sac,
Yes.
get railroad tracks running in a circle around the cul-de-sac.
Yes.
And that way your train is always moving but it's like you're not going anywhere, you're just right there.
Brilliant idea. That's what I would do.
And that way you could still have a mailbox, you could still eventually you're going to want to get off the train and go to 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah.
You know, and you still can, because you're just driving. It's your own
All
cul-de-sac.
right, well, he's got snacks on his ship.
I doubt
He's
it.
got like I've seen him eat. He's got pirate's booty.
That's by the way, that's so stupid. Does he really have pirate's booty?
Yes.
You're not a pirate, dude.
He might be.
pirate's booty. He went to Trader Joe's and got pirate's booty because he's living on the sea. I don't like him.
You got to have a lot of snacks.
And he's 29 years old. What do you mean he cashed in his 401k? What's in there? 20 grand?
Maybe he's done well for himself. He
He's
worked in
29.
corporate America.
401ks are like you cash them in when you're like 50, 60.
Why are you shitting on this guy?
Because he lives on the sea and I don't like it. I think that he's running from something.
I think you're scared that you're not as brave as he is.
It's not brave. It's stupid. There's a huge difference.
There's a fine line.
It's not even that fine. He's just stupid. He's not brave. I don't look at him and go like, oh, if only, like, if I was, I don't do this because I'm scared. I do this because it's a dumb thing to do. It's stupid.
He's sailing from Oregon to Hawaii.
I mean, it's cool to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
It'll be beautiful once he gets there, but
Zip line.
Oh, do they have zip lines there?
Yeah. It's the only reason I would go.
Yeah, it'd be tough to get me back on the boat, to tell you the truth.
I would eat lunch.
See, that's what I would do. I wouldn't get a boat or a train. I would just cash my 401k in and then install a zip line in my backyard and just keep doing the zip line
over and over.
Over and over again. You wouldn't believe how fast, because I'm a slow eater, I'd be scarfing down food just to get on the zip line again.
Would you have a pool you could drop into?
Oh, yeah, you would have to.
That's cool.
You would have to. I'd put a pool in because I cash in that's where a lot of the 401k money would go.
The pool.
I'd cash in the 401k, yeah, and build a pool. And then I'd zip line into it every day.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Would you come over and zip line?
Literally every day.
Yeah. That's
that
why.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
See? What if I told you, look, you can come over to my house, zip line every day, or, I'll Instagram you from my boat with my cat?
Nah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I went over to your house to zip line, I wouldn't want to go home. Like, that would be so much fun.
It would be really fun. It would be really, really fun.
There's so much more fun things you can do.
Yeah, but maybe this is fun for him. Look, the world kind of sucks, and like,
No, it doesn't,
I don't
by the
think
way.
I'm alone in how I felt with my work. He didn't like his work. He wasn't happy in his job.
So get a different job.
I know what that's like.
You get so many fun jobs.
There's way different jobs.
You can't
Especially
just
when
get a fun job.
Yes, of course you can.
No, you can't.
If you have all the money in the world, you just need something to go do. You could find a fun job.
You could easily get a fun job that pays as much as just living on a boat does.
Wait, he's currently making $0.
Okay.
Unless he's monetizing on Instagram.
If you're cool with working for free, you can definitely get a fun job. If you're cool, like, just put the fries in the bag. That's a fun job.
That's a fun job.
Work at a fast food place,
Especially if you didn't need the money. You're just there to fuck around and have fun.
Bro, it'd be so fun as an adult
Yes.
to work at a fast food place.
Where you don't care.
Introductory level.
Yep.
I don't want to be manager.
Nope.
I don't care. You can fire me. I'll go work at another fast food place. I'll just run this town dry of fast food restaurants. It'd be so much fun.
And they're like, you're fired. You go, okay, I don't care.
That's fine. You're like the weird 40-something-year-old guy that's hanging out with all these high school kids, like telling them about life.
And you're rich. You don't give a fuck.
You don't care.
You come in, you're like, hey, you want $100? There you go.
There you go. Fine.
I have so much of it, I don't even know what to do with it.
They're like, oh,
You just give it to kids, they would be so unappreciative.
They'd
who
be
cares?
Stoked.
They'd be, yeah, they
Or
would
no,
be,
you'd make
they
them-
would be stoked.
They would be stoked, but they wouldn't treat you seriously.
Make them do something funny.
Oh,
like
okay.
jump out the window, the drive-through window.
Right. No doors.
No.
Here's $100.
So you just want to pay teenagers to do fun things.
Well, that did take a turn quickly. Jason in New York.
Yeah, hey, buddy. Kind of hating a little, Sam.
Not
Yeah,
me.
right?
Not
I
me.
love it. But the guy is only sailing from Oregon to Hawaii, and what inspired him is that he got some sort of diagnosis. I don't think he's terminally ill, but he got this diagnosis, hated his job, and was just like, you know what? I'd rather be sailing.
It seemingly started 4 years ago when he was diagnosed with a syndrome that carried a risk of paralysis. That feels like a stretch.
Why? Why are you doubting and hating this guy?
He's moving. Like, it carries okay. But, like, also the idea of, like, I'm 29, I think I figured things out. Like, no, you haven't.
I don't think he's figured anything out, but if you wake up one day and you're like, I'm not happy doing what I'm doing.
At 29?
I have a...
Nobody's ever been happy at 29. It's
I have
never
a
happened.
syndrome that has risk of paralysis. I want to do what makes me happy before I die.
He's not dying. He's moving around. And by the way, if you're at risk of paralysis, who's going to take over the boat?
Probably stay
Yeah,
on
the
land.
cat's not going to drive it to show.
That's right.
You don't think Phoenix can go the rest of the way?
And Phoenix is going to be like, you have to be kidding me. No. Like, what are you doing? You can't drive us back? I don't mind him wanting to go to Hawaii, but I mean, to sail from Oregon to Hawaii, there's no reason.
I didn't even know there was a coast of Oregon. I thought Oregon was in the middle.
Isn't that where Goonies was?
It feels like that's where.
Oh,
Goonies is.
you think maybe that he was in the Goonies area?
You're probably thinking of Portland, Maine.
That's right.
Oh, Portland. Maybe it's Portland.
Portland, Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah, Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I don't. I also think at 29 feels like the age where you think you've got it all figured out, and then like 3 years later you go, "What an idiot I was when I was 29." Like when I was 29, I'd probably tell you, "Don't worry, I got it. I know, I got it all figured out."
Yeah, but you did.
You did. You're on the course that you were
I knew
thinking.
you when you were 29.
I didn't have it all figured out. I had dumb ideas when I was 29.
I think you had an idea of the direction you wanted to go.
Vaguely, broad strokes.
You're talking about like what's the haps?
Yeah, exactly right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Wrestling and talking to a microphone. That's
Yeah.
the.
Okay, those are
Yeah,
very.
you didn't change course.
Those are very. No, I mean, we've had to duck and weave a few times throughout the course. You know what I mean? I was like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this big stupid hair. You know what I mean? All my life, It was a different deal.
All right. Well, things worked out,
Yeah. Those are just fashion choices.
Things did work out.
and you looked cool when you had it.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
You look great now.
But this idea of like being like, no. But if when I was unhappy at 29 and I'd said, you know what? I'm unhappy at 29. I better go get on a boat and just live my, like, I better
Yeah,
cash.
but you're under different circumstances. This guy was diagnosed with a syndrome that carried the risk of paralysis.
I mean, I have that too. I could fall down.
Okay, that's not a symptom. You're being real shitty to this guy.
Well, I'm just saying, he's like, I'm going to cash in my 401k. Okay, here's $1,400.
You don't know how well he did.
Well, it said you could be making $150,000 a year and you still feel like you're just making ends meet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
No money, no plan, and $10,000 of debt.
No money?
No
No
plan. No, I think too many of us embrace this idea of escapism as opposed to actually solving problems. Like, you know what you could do? Just call Dave Ramsey and figure out how to get the $10K to pay off your debt. Dave Ramsey would have a plan. And you know what Dave Ramsey wouldn't tell you to say? Get on a boat with your cat. He'd say, you make $150,000. He'd go like this. He'd go, you mean to tell me you make $150,000 a year and you can't pay $10,000 of debt? Where's the money going? Where's the money going? What are you spending it on? Because it's not cat food.
He's a free spirit.
That's what Dave. I hate free spirits.
I know you do.
That's what Dave.
That's so not you.
I hate free spirits.
Come on.
That's what Dave
Right?
Ramsey would say.
I mean, I see both sides. You know, you have good work ethic. You were born with good. You were instilled with good work ethic with your parents. But like some people just don't look at work the same way you do. You know what I mean? Some people are just like,
It's not. They look at. Like, why are you here? Why are you on the
On
planet?
Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah, to have a good time.
I mean, you didn't ask to be. Nobody asked to be here.
So get off.
Well,
We're all here against our... We didn't consent.
You mean you're on the planet against your will?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's God's will.
God's plan.
God's plan. God's plan.
So let him have fun.
No.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets to be an issue. People follow him on social. They go, if only more of us could be like this. And then they write about him in People magazine going, how great is this?
People
It's
just like
not
to watch
great.
Journeys.
It's not great.
He was on Anderson Cooper.
What did Anderson have to say?
He's got... Google... I'll send it to you.
I mean, if any of my kids grew up to be 29 and going like, Dad, I'm going to go out on the sea with my cat, I'd be like, well, good. I'm glad I spent all that money to raise you.
Go to Anderson.
Good. Perfect. This is what I wanted for my child, to go out on a boat at 29.
There's just
Yeah,
know
maybe
guys.
they're happy for him.
I know guys that are just they have this hard on for being on the sea. They just dream about being on a boat. They dream about owning a boat. I know multiple guys like that.
You know what Dave Ramsey would tell you?
Stop talking about Dave Ramsey.
These boats are a waste of money.
Thank goodness.
Dave Ramsey's got a lot of good ideas.
You read a book or something?
No, I mean, my algorithm got twisted. Okay, here's Anderson Cooper covering
There's my guy.
the man. I think we got some Knicks videos still on. It's all right. That's just the sound of New York City, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, you can't
We
turn
just-
that off.
Yeah, we just opened a mic to New York. And that's what it sounded like. No, I don't. Free spirits. Because free spirits are generally not that free. They care. They're feigning free spiritness. And they haven't earned it either. They haven't accomplished anything. I'm just a free spirit. Everybody would like to not do anything.
Yeah.
But some of us feel an obligation to actually contribute.
You don't think he's contributing?
Him?
Yeah.
No, not an ounce. He is not contributing 1 ounce.
But
not 1 ounce. He's dumping oil in the ocean. That's all he's doing. He's not contributing.
But he's doing his thing. Just because he's not doing
it's not his thing.
Something for the world.
Yeah, you don't have to do stuff for the world.
Yeah.
You can contribute.
You can live your life.
Look,
Yeah,
you're
just
contributing
live your
right here.
life.
You are contributing.
Well, to a radio.
Oh, just live your life. We're contributing, okay?
But you're acting like, oh well, he's sailing around the world. He's not contributing to society.
First of all, he's
He
not
should
even
die.
sailing around. I didn't say he should die. I said he should come back to land
And do what?
and get a fucking job, dude.
I mean, this guy wants to.
I cashed in my 401k. You just started your 401k. What are you talking about? 401k is useless at 29. You know what Dave Ramsey would say about cashing in your 401k at 29?
I want to know.
Why even have a 401k if you're going to cash it in at 29? That's got to be the dumbest decision I've ever heard in my life.
I didn't realize when we got drinks this morning, you ordered a large Haterade.
Wow.
That's a great point, Travis.
It was a dirty Haterade, though. It had a little cream and sprinkles in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for me, but I don't care
Yeah.
what this guy does.
I mean, I would never do this. I would get sick. Bleh.
Yeah, you would get seasick. I get
It's terribly seasick.
you know what I get?
I've seen
Bored.
videos of him. Like, what'd you get? I'm
Bored.
sorry. Bored?
Bored out of my mind. What are we doing here?
Just do Wordle.
Is what I would say. What's the point? They're
Of
like,
doing
no,
Wordle? You share it with your friends, and then you see
Hey,
who's better.
you can't. You got no service. You're on
He's
the
got
seas.
he's got service all the time. What are you talking about? He posts on Instagram multiple times a day.
I didn't know.
He's talking to Anderson Cooper.
I'm just getting wind of him now. I don't know that.
He's talking to Anderson Cooper.
I thought Anderson Cooper was just playing his tapes.
No.
All right. I didn't know that.
Oh, he's got internet. Yeah, that's why he's got so many followers on
Yeah,
Instagram.
you got
'cause
a
he's
satellite.
posting all the
Boat.
time.
He's got a satellite on his
I'm
boat?
sure you have to. If you're in the middle of the sea, you have to have
Yeah.
the internet some way.
I didn't know that.
He's probably got
I'm
Fios.
just becoming abreast of this right now. You think he's got Fios?
Probably.
I didn't know they had fiber optic cables running under the ocean, but that's cool if he does. But I'm still not impressed.
Yeah, see? Look, he's crushing it. He's on day 18.
I mean, why do you?
But what I'm saying is...
Why do you think they? Here's what happened on The Office. They were like, everybody kind of likes Andy Bernard, but the actor Ed Helms is going to go do The Hangover, and we hate that. So we need to make his character as unlikable as possible. We need to. Here's what we're going to do. Ed Helms wants to do The Hangover, so we need to sabotage his character. Remember when they did that?
I remember.
We need to sabotage his character out of spite. And they were like, that's a weird move. No, we're doing it.
Okay.
We're doing it. Okay, what are we going to do? Let's have him have a crisis of conscience and realize that he needs to spend his days on the sea. That's how they sabotaged his character and turned him into an unlikable character.
And then he forgot all of his aha moments that he had on the ship.
As will this gentleman.
Just let people live their lives.
I'm letting him, but I don't want to be. He's like on Instagram and Anderson Cooper going like, and everybody's going like, oh, this is such an interesting, great guy. No,
I don't
it's
know if
not.
anybody's saying he's interesting. People like...
Oh yeah, they don't. They put things on television because they're not interesting.
I see a lot of shit that's not interesting on television.
Sometimes I hear it on the radio. Nailed him, huh? Walked him right in.
That was a good one.
Just lured him.
You held my hand.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I brought you right there with me.
Anyway, what I was going to say originally is that one day there's not going to be an update because the sea is unforgiving.
And we'll gobble him up.
We have not mastered the sea.
You know, the only person who has is what's-her-face.
Amelia Earhart?
No, she did not master the sea at all.
Ariel?
Moana.
Moana.
Moana
Moana did.
Ariel hadn't figured it out. Ariel could barely get out of the ocean. She had to give up her voice. You know what I mean? Moana mastered it.
She did. She did.
Moana and that chicken.
But, hey.
Yeah.
I love hey.
Yeah. Yeah. She was just like Chi-Hu.
But let's not pretend she didn't have help from the goat.
Maui.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. He's just an ordinary demigod.
Did you watch this over the weekend or
No,
something?
I just like Maui. I don't know why. It's my favorite. He's my favorite Disney prince.
Maui is not
Yeah.
he's
Yes,
a god.
He's a demigod. Mike, I don't need to hear him on Instagram. I would like to hear him on Anderson Cooper. I'm more of a traditional media guy.
You like linear media.
I like linear stuff, and I somehow missed this on my linear CNN watch.
Life, this kind of life, this lifestyle. So I'm taking this video now because I'm gonna just.
This
start
is an
vlogging
original
everything,
video.
Cool.
About this journey, and maybe at some point my brother will put a movie together. But yeah, I'm gonna buy a sailboat, and I'm going to sail around the world.
That's Oliver Widger, who quit his job after he posted that video, liquidated his 401k, bought a sailboat.
Liquidated his 401k. What do you have, 20 ounces?
Shut up.
401k at
You were
29.
so
Well, I'm just saying.
shitty about this
Dave
guy.
Ramsey would tell you not to liquidate your 401k.
Dave
because
Ramsey's not right all the time.
He's done very well for himself.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he's living.
And by the way, you know what's going to happen to this
a happy
29-year-old?
life. What?
Dave Ramsey?
Yeah.
He's elated. Mike, I see you wanted to contribute to the Dave Ramsey conversation.
Well, yeah, he teaches us about the debt snowball.
See? You never want to be snowballed, especially when it comes to debt.
I just know about other snowballs.
With that, you're okay with. You're talking about the cat on The Simpsons, right?
Yes.
No, I think the problem with doing this at 29 is at 33, you're going to go back to work.
All right. Well, I guess I did that.
Yeah, I sailed. Like at 33, you're going to realize like there was no self-discovery. You just needed, because that is a thing.
Now I got to explain this gap in my resume.
Right. Like people just decide, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to spend some years wasting time and pretend. And that way I can avoid, I have this anxiety over worrying that I'm not going to accomplish what I want to accomplish. So instead of working and dealing with that anxiety properly, I'm just going to go escape and pretend like this is my life now, except eventually 3-4 years down the road, you're in your early 30s and you just have to go back to doing what you were doing before and restart your 401k because you didn't listen to Dave Ramsey.
Not unless maybe he'll capitalize off this. Turn it into a book.
Oh my God, a book.
Then a movie. Next thing you know,
they would make a movie out of this.
Next thing you know, like,
and you know who would do the
would
soundtrack
play?
for it?
Who?
Eddie Vedder.
Maybe it would be great.
It was
Get Dave
so
Franco to play him
when you were on the sea.
It would probably be better than that.
I don't think so. Yeah, they would get Dave Franco to play somebody hot.
Yeah.
They get somebody hot to play him.
I mean, he's not an ugly dude.
Like when that guy decided to go on a bike ride and got his leg trapped in a rock. They got James Franco to play him.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing riding your bike in the desert by yourself, idiot?
You don't like anybody doing anything that's maybe like off the beaten path.
Well, but because then they go like this, I can't believe I got my leg chopped off. Yeah, that's why they tell you not to do that, stupid.
Yeah, but like,
you just got to get out there and live life. This is not living life.
I mean, you are right in the sense that like when he does finish this,
it's going to be 33 years old.
And companies are going to be like, well, I don't know if I want to hire this guy because he might just quit tomorrow.
Of course he's going to quit tomorrow. I've met somebody like that.
I was just thinking about that.
I'm not impressed by it. Like, let me invent a dream.
You know what? I have a new dream.
Yeah, you can't have a dream.
I must leave.
You can't figure out a new dream at 29. That's not a dream. It's a thing you want to do.
Yeah, but if you learn about something, you can have a new dream.
It's not a dream. It's just a thing that you want to do.
You can have new dreams. What, dreams have to come from your childhood?
They have to be extended. Yes.
How long do you have to want to do something until it can qualify as a dream?
That's a great question. I mean, 15 years.
15 years?
Yes.
Wow.
I think 15 years is when it can finally develop into a
So if
dream.
I get into something today, I'm going to be
75.
Nope. You're doing
That's right,
wrong
right?
math.
Did I do the math wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay, great.
Until I can do that thing and have you be like, oh man, good for him. That's a dream.
Yes. If you
Okay.
said,
That's fair.
if you told me you like a thing, and then like 6 weeks from now you're like, I'm finally going to do it, I'd be like, okay. And you're like, yeah, I have accomplished my dream. Because you know what it does? Because people who actually accomplish their dreams, like that's actually cool. When people are like, oh, I have a new dream, I'm going to accomplish it. Like, you're not. No, you're not. You're just doing a thing.
Yeah, you're doing. You know, I don't have I didn't have a set amount of time in mind, but 15 years sounds.
15 years
that sounds
is it.
appropriate.
I've worked on this for 15 years. I'm finally going to get to do it.
I'm going to accomplish my dream.
You're right.
You can't be like, oh man, you know what I would love to do?
Your dream is to go to Tokyo Disney.
Oh, I would love that.
And if you did that, I'd be like, that's it. And Troy,
You're right.
we would go, that's a dream vacation.
You're right.
For that weirdo Travis,
It's
right?
attainable though. You know.
Of course it's attainable. You just buy a ticket to Tokyo.
Well, no, I mean it requires a lot of planning. I can't, we need like 2 weeks off.
Maybe spend, maybe skip 1 or 2 trips to Orlando Disney.
I haven't
to
been
get
in
to
5
Tokyo.
years.
I don't know
It's
if
been
that's
enough.
true.
It's been enough.
I spent a lot.
This one's for my daughter.
I spent the whole pandemic in the
Daughter
theme
was
park.
at all of them.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, she was.
This is what she wants to do.
She's been egads of times.
Trust me, I'm paying out the nose.
Yeah, why'd you take her to Tokyo?
I heard that.
That would be solid.
I heard that.
Oh, boy.
You don't think your daughter would like Tokyo?
She would love Tokyo.
Okay, so then why are you wasting your time with Orlando?
We can't go for 2 weeks.
Yes, you can. Why couldn't you?
I got a job.
You could.
My wife has a job.
We're taking off next week.
Should have gone to Tokyo, dude.
You could have gone,
Oh,
take it off this
shit.
week and gone.
That would have been the move.
Why didn't I think of that?
I mean, it's just, come on, use your noodle.
I mean, if you could put it together, maybe it's not too late. That's right. Okay, so here's this gentleman on Anderson Cooper explaining why he figured out his dream was to live on a boat.
Really know how to sail. The 29-year-old was inspired after he was diagnosed with a rare bone disorder. Then about 2 weeks ago, he and his rescue cat Phoenix left Oregon and set sail for Hawaii. It's the first stop on his planned trip around the world.
First stop.
Tonight,
First
he
stop.
joins us from somewhere in the Pacific.
Somewhere non-specific.
Hey,
more like
Oliver,
it.
it's Anderson Cooper. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, Anderson Cooper.
Hey, man. Thanks so much for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How's it going so far? Where are you exactly?
Beautiful day.
Well, somewhere pretty close to the middle between like Hawaii and California. So,
Do you know exactly where you are, or?
I mean, I couldn't tell. I mean, like there's not a lot of landmarkers, but I don't know my exact coordinates right now. But
What's an
right
average?
somewhere in the middle.
And you said it was a disturbing medical diagnosis 3 years ago that really made you finally decide to do this. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So 3 years ago, I was diagnosed, or 3 or 4 years ago now, I think, I was diagnosed. I had really bad neck
Seems
pain
really
for,
traumatic.
A really long time.
Not
I never went to
100% when the
doctor, so I don't like
diagnosis
going to the
was.
doctor. And then finally it got bad enough. And I just I went to the doctor. And I was like, you guys need to figure this out because my neck hurts.
Yeah.
And they took some x-rays.
My neck hurts all the
And
time.
then
Yeah, me too.
I went to work the next day, and they called me while I was at work, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And
I'm at work,
I was
dude.
like,
I'm
"Well,
just
I'm at work, bro.
Yeah, what are you
We need
doing?
to
I'll
come
tell you what I
in
wish
right
I was
now."
doing. I wish I was sailing, bro. Man, he should
don't-
write a book.
I mean, I've gotten phone calls from doctors before.
What are you doing, dude?
They've never asked you, what are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm at work, bro. What?
How do you not love this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck.
He's even more unlikable when he speaks.
No.
Ah, come on.
Yeah.
He's doing
He's
his
living
thing.
his life.
Yeah.
He's not living his life.
living his dream.
No, he's not. First of all, he's not living his dream. He doesn't even know how to sail. If it was his dream, he'd know how to sail. He wouldn't have to learn right now how to sail. If that was his dream, he would have already learned how to sail.
Yeah, but Troy's dream could be like, oh, I want to drive a train. He doesn't know how to drive a train. That doesn't mean that his dream.
I'd love to.
You don't know how to drive a train?
No, but I'd love to learn.
Way to work. What do you mean you'd love? So go learn.
He's
Well, I have other
busy.
stuff to do.
You just told him to go to Tokyo. You think going to Tokyo is attainable, but learning how to drive a train? What the fuck do you have to do?
Where do
Learn
I
how
go-
to drive a train at 1
He's
p.m.
got a new Black Caviar album coming out.
Wait, where do I go to learn how to drive a steam locomotive?
Yeah, train school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Nice retort.
All right then. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure somebody does. Like,
I mean, I know there's 6-week classes for monorails.
that's right.
Yeah.
Steam locomotives. I told you guys this.
Okay, well, maybe do like some kind of mock steam locomotive class that's set up to
There's
teach.
got to be a YouTube video.
I'm sure, but
You've never looked it up because you're
But
too
that,
busy
but
watching
what I'm
Chris
saying is
Cuomo
that
and
doesn't
reading
diminish
Twitter.
the fact that that's his dream any. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
And so I went in, and the lady, the doctor, she was like, I've done this for 20 years, and I've never seen anything like this. She basically described that my cervical spine looks like somebody who's like over 115 years old. Whoa. And so I can't remember if I already said, but it was Klippel-Feil syndrome, which is what I was diagnosed with. So
that-
all of my cervical vertebrae are,
Oh, you weren't listening.
I don't have any discs between them, and they're all fused and deformed as well. So like they're like different shapes.
So are you in pain? I mean, are you in pain sitting there in the boat right now?
Yeah, well, I'm always in like a.
You know why he's hit pause.
What?
You know why he's in pain sitting there?
He's got spine issues.
No, because he's on an uncomfortable boat in the middle of the ocean.
He's probably got a comfy chair down there.
So how about this for a dream? Go have back surgery.
You think his dream should be to get a backiotomy?
Yes. His dream should be for his back to be in less pain.
We've seen what happens when you have back issues and they don't go well. Luigi. I don't
Luigi
wanna say it.
Mangione. I forgot about
How about
Luigi.
that?
I forgot about Luigi. Last thing I want is, well,
There's no guarantee that he's going to come out of this okay.
so you think it's a safer guarantee he's going to come out of riding a boat okay?
He's not going to kill anybody out there.
The cat?
No, the cat's fine. There's probably lots of Temptations treats there for him.
It's probably
I hope
stocked.
so.
You have to be stocked.
Yeah.
On good cat food.
Yeah.
I
You think
hope
he's got good cat food?
Yeah, have to. Unless he's catching food and cooking it fresh for the cat. I'm
Cooking
sure
it
he'd love
where?
that.
On the boat?
Yeah, he's got a kitchen downstairs.
You can have like a little
yeah,
little,
you
like
can get a
burner.
little hot plate or
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
Somebody's on to something here. Jonathan in Connecticut. What's up, Jonathan?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
So,
I'm not sure, but this guy screams, I come from rich parents, and I call myself middle class.
yeah, no, I would agree with that. I don't know what the hell. At 29, I traded in my 401k, and I have a boat with a kitchen on it.
Oh, my God.
Boats are expensive.
Maybe you got a cheap boat.
There's
Maybe-
a kitchen on it.
Maybe you got a Craigslist.
There's a kitchen.
It's not like a kitchen like your house.
There's a kitchen and Fios on
It's
it.
probably got one burner.
Yeah.
He's got the Fios. Yeah, it's probably got one burner and like a little like fridge. And then he's stocked with like
He's got a mini fridge.
he's probably got a mini fridge.
I'm telling you right now, if I cashed in my 401k today, and I am not 29, I could barely buy the mini fridge. That's how 401ks work. They make you think,
I'm
but they
just
get
saying,
you.
Maybe he got a good deal on a ship.
Maybe he's used.
Yeah.
And there's people that want to get the. You know what they say about a boat?
I know.
You're a boat owner.
You know who talks about it?
Who?
Dave Ramsey. He says it's a bad investment.
Well, they say that the best day you have when a boat is when you buy the boat, and then the best day is when you get rid of the boat.
Those are the two best days. Yeah. No, boats are, but that's because they're expensive. Nobody's buying. He doesn't have a cheap boat.
It's a bad investment.
You could have got a deal on it because somebody wanted to unload
Yeah.
it.
Bro. He did not earn this money.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, then who cares? Let him go do his thing.
Because now I gotta, when I'm watching my linear Anderson Cooper broadcast, I gotta hear about this guy's adventure.
Flapping his gums.
He's flapping his gums about God knows what. His back hurts.
So does mine.
Yeah, exactly. My back's been hurting for years.
He's got to GoFundMe.
I'm not on a boat. He's got to go. That's what I see. He's got to GoFundMe.
Somebody anonymous just donated $1,000.
This is why he's not just just out there doing his thing. No, he's not. He's trying to make a thing out of it. Okay. He's got all this support on social. He's doing news hits.
You sound real sour.
He's doing GoFundMe. I am
it's
sour.
working. It's working for him.
I am sour.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, let this guy live his life.
Because he's
like,
not
oh,
living his life. He's escaping his life.
Okay, well, who cares?
I do.
Well, you shouldn't.
I should.
You should
because-
worry about other things.
No, I'm not. I'm not worried about anything else.
Like, you should worry about Sam Roberts.
I don't need to. That's taken care of.
Worry about your family.
They're good.
Worry
Look,
about
he
your
says-
They're perfect. It's perfect.
He
Don't worry
says
about
on
this
his
guy.
GoFundMe.
He said he decided I'm going to be a public figure. I want everybody to look at what I'm doing. And so for me to say I'm looking at what you're doing and here's what I think, and you go, oh, you shouldn't look at what he's doing. Why not? He's putting it out there.
Yeah, but he was kind of like a public figure by default. Like he was just posting this shit on Instagram and it took off.
That's not default. It's posting on Instagram.
Right, but he wasn't.
He's creating a brand.
He says in his GoFundMe,
And then he made a GoFundMe.
I have
You think-
always harbored a wild, impossible dream
Shut the... What do you mean always? For
to
what?
sail around
Sail
the
this,
world.
people love sailing the seas.
He's 29. I've always harbored this dream for like 3 years.
Okay, maybe when he was 14.
Then that would pass my 15-year. Yeah. But don't
So
tell
I quit,
me.
bought a
don't-
sailboat.
He created a GoFundMe and an Instagram page for this thing. He wanted people to see it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, because you're sailing. You're like, look, I'm doing something when I
You make
enjoy doing.
podcasts, you want people to see them.
Right. And then if people have an opinion on those podcasts, they're entitled to it.
Sure. And you're entitled to your opinion, but,
Then why did you tell me not to have it?
well, because it's just silly to get angry at this guy.
I'm furious.
I know, you're just steaming.
Steaming. I can't stand him. Can't stand him.
He created the GoFundMe on December 30th.
Why, how come he needs the GoFundMe if he cashed in his great 401k?
Because you're always going to need more money.
Yeah, he is. You know what? You know what would get him more money?
A job.
If you get a fucking job and get off the stupid boat. Why do I have to pay for you to be on a boat?
I do question. So people are giving him money.
For what?
That's my question.
Because they are living vicariously through him because they all think it's a good idea to just escape.
Like, I don't think this is a good use of people's money. Because really, like, you're right. What's he buying? He's out on the fucking seas.
He just doesn't want to have a job.
You can't, like,
He's
order
like-
Amazon.
He's like, you know what would be cool if I just sat around not doing anything? Like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but when you get to land, you can buy cool shit.
That's true.
Yeah, plus
Well,
it's a wild, impossible dream that he's harbored.
You can get all kinds of souvenirs when you get to the mainland.
You think he's going to buy a lot of tchotchkes in Hawaii?
100%. He's not going to this. Yes. Yes. People are going to go, where'd all my GoFundMe money go? And it's going to be a bunch of, like, little dolls that, like, shake their hips in hula skirts.
Yeah, look at all my luau dolls.
Right.
No, I will agree that this GoFundMe seems unnecessary because you can't buy stuff out there.
No, there's no stores.
No.
It's the ocean.
Yeah, you can't get anything delivered.
No.
The food that you've got is the food you're going to have. You can't be like, oh, I ran out of food. I need help.
Yeah. You brought whatever you brought, that's what you're eating.
Yeah, he's still the man, though.
He's not even close to the man.
And if he sinks, it's his fault.
I'm fine if he sinks.
It's like that clown that was in the boat during the hurricane. It's like if it goes wrong, like you're the asshole out there doing it.
That's right.
You're fine you'll be fine
but
with
this one
another
over
man.
here says he's the man.
Yeah, he is the man.
He's not the
He's
man.
doing what he wants.
Yeah, I don't think I'm angry at him.
Yeah, I'm not angry
Do
at
you
him
think he's
at
the
all.
man?
I mean,
He's not.
He has a cat. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. He brought his cat.
Yeah.
I'd bring Toots if I did this.
I would, if you brought Toots, I would send the National Guard after you. I'd say there's an animal abuser. You can't put Toots out on the ocean.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
it would be shitty to give up your cat.
Just give it to your fiance. She's not going with you.
No, I'm talking about this guy.
Give it to your parents. They're taking care of you anyway.
How do you don't know that?
It feels that way.
It's probably closer to true than false.
Yeah.
It's like all those.
How long you been working?
Me?
Yeah.
God, 25 years.
Okay, you cash in your
Plus?
401k right now.
Go ahead.
Did you get a boat?
I don't think so.
What about one with a kitchen?
Definitely not.
Okay.
No.
Okay, but somehow this guy got it done by 29.
I could get one with like a chair that I would have to like sleep in sitting up.
Right. And that's more of a dinghy.
Yeah.
I
and
can get
would
like
probably
a
have to
rubber
buy the
dinghy.
cushions.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, it's like all these articles that you read about like so and so paid off their college loans. Here's how they did it. And then you read like, oh, I lived at home for 5 years. Okay.
Right.
You didn't really do it.
Right. He's like,
But this guy rules. He's the best.
oh, you could be making $150,000 a year and still feel like you're barely making ends meet.
And he's right.
So I bought a boat.
But he wasn't happy. Now he's happy. He's harbored.
Cool.
He has harbored this wild, impossible
That's what they
dream.
say. The secret to happiness is a boat.
Happiness is a butterfly.
I can't wait. Like this is people, and this is what bothers me. It's not even my vitriol is
You
not
hate
so.
this guy.
Well, it's not so. I don't like him. I wouldn't want anything to do with him in life.
You want to get him in studio and ruin his life?
I would love to get him in studio and ruin his
I
life.
would help you.
I would. Yeah, you would, right?
Yeah, just to help Sam out because that's funny.
Let's give him a real lambasting, you know? But my problem is that everybody is sitting here going with the Travis Teff narrative, which is, oh, he's the man. This is what makes him happy. Nobody's saying he's going through a quarter-life crisis. Nobody's saying it.
Yeah, maybe he's not.
If a 55-year-old buys a Ferrari, nobody goes like, "Oh, he's making himself happy." They go, "Oof, somebody's going through a midlife crisis."
Well, yeah, because you usually make those poor decisions when you're younger.
Oof. But if a 29-year-old gets on a boat and does some dumb shit, they're not like, "Oh, he's going through a quarter-life crisis." That's a real thing. He's realizing that he's not a kid anymore. He's having a tough time getting into his adult life, and so he wants to escape it. He's going through a quarter-life crisis. And instead of just saying that, they're like, "Man, I wish I could live my dream too."
People are allowed to do shit.
Yeah, he's allowed. I'm not trying to arrest him. I'm trying to call it for what it is, which is a lame quarter-life crisis.
I think you just get angry when anybody doesn't have the same work ethic you do.
Yep.
Well,
Absolutely.
it's not that tough.
Well, so it just people don't have the same idea of what life is that you do.
Listen, life ain't sitting on a boat with a cat.
You're living your dream. He's living his.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Because he just decided this. Like, he said, well, I don't know. I got a diagnosis. And then I was like, oh, I'll buy a boat. That's not living your
Yeah, and then
dream.
like a couple years later, he actually bought the boat.
Couple years.
Yeah.
I got to save up for a boat. My allowance doesn't cover it.
You think you're still on allowance?
I think he used a little bit of his allowance, sure. No, he's not. He's having quarter-life crisis.
Okay. Well, maybe he gets back and figures it out.
And that's fine.
But like, you're not one to decide who's having a quarter life crisis
I am.
and who's just like having a good time.
I am the one to say who's having a quarter-life crisis.
Because this specific thing.
He's having a quarter-life crisis.
All right.
Well, let him have it.
Yeah.
Let him figure it out. Sometimes people don't figure out things just the same way you do.
But the problem is everybody around him is going, you're living your dream. You're a great guy. You're the man. Here's $1,000. Here's let's have Anderson Cooper interview you to talk about how exciting this journey is.
Yeah, so what?
It's not exciting. It's a quarter-life crisis and he needs help. I would parachute in a therapist. Is what I would do. I'd say I'm not giving you anything to your GoFundMe, but I'm going to parachute a therapist in to talk to you about what you really need to figure out.
Are you more annoyed at people who donate $1,000 or $10?
$10 for sure.
Okay, good.
Because the guy who donated $1,000 anonymously isn't going to feel it. The person who donated $10 doesn't have the $10 to spare,
had to think about
but
how
just
much
wants to contribute. Like it's all they've got to spare right now. And the reason the person donating $1,000 is just like, oh, that's kind of cool. The person donating $10 is going, I wish I was you. I wish I had the courage. I wish I had the strength. Not realizing he just is a guy with a quarter-life crisis and disposable income.
I mean, there's an anonymous $5 donor on this list.
Yeah, because he doesn't want his parents to find out. Because his parents are going to be like, that's what I'm sending you money for, so you can give $5 to Boat Kid with a bad back.
You talking about Boat Boy?
Boat Boy gets $5 and I'm sending you money. No, Mom, I'm sorry. I should have done it anonymously. Eric in Colorado.
I really feel like Sam is incredibly jealous of this guy.
Yes.
I mean, it's
What's
really,
there?
it really seems like
What's there to be jealous of?
He's living his dream, and you don't like when other people get to live their dream.
yeah,
Why
the guy's
not?
dreaming, and you're stuck sitting there living a dull, boring life.
Totally.
Go home to your wife and kids every night.
No, you're 100%. I mean, Eric, you are obviously a genius because if there's anyone who is not living his dream, the best example is Sam Roberts. No, you're a real genius.
Eric hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
You're a real genius. Yeah, just Sam over there with a radio show, a job with WWE, and a beautiful family. Clearly, I'm jealous.
This doesn't mean anything.
Absolute
This doesn't mean
professor.
anything. I mean, your life seems so boring and dull.
No, you're right. I mean, who knows? I'm opening wrestling cards with Triple H.
He doesn't want to do that. He's got shows to book.
If only I'm sitting there with Triple H finding autograph cards going, if only I was on a boat with a cat right now. Nailed it. Elliot in Ohio.
I mean, at some point.
Doesn't have
guys,
zero.
You're
real. Troy, can you shut the fuck up so I can talk?
Thank you, Troy. Keep your mouth shut.
And you know what? You need to get Troy some noise-canceling headphones because he cannot hear when you call in.
That's right. Let's attack him.
Going on in the background.
Let's fuck him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all right. I still love him.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. Never mind then.
2003, I was 25. I did something real similar to this guy. I was diagnosed with MS in February that year, and I basically took the summer and showed horses running around the country. I didn't know if I was going to be in a wheelchair or how the prognosis was going to go, and I thought, you know what? I got the time, I got the money, I got the horse. I have basically no commitments. I'm just going to do this. So ran all over, ended up top 10 in the country, won Ohio, and both.
This is what I'm talking about.
I showed in. Yeah, it was great,
bro.
Probably the best summer of my life.
See?
And you know what? Nobody can take that memory away from me. So fuck them.
But guess what? Elliot's the man. He achieved greatness. He actually had a dream. He didn't do it on a boat, and he didn't get Anderson Cooper and a GoFundMe involved. Elliot,
He's
support
not
you.
reaching out to Anderson Cooper.
He's doing a whole Instagram page. He's making himself into a public figure on purpose. Nobody's like,
Big
you know
deal.
what?
Everyone does.
I'm going to post on Instagram so nobody finds out.
Everyone posts on Instagram.
It's personal brands. His personal brand is this. Why do you think he started GoFundMe? So that people would, because he wanted to keep it to
He's an
himself?
asshole.
Thank you, Elliot. Thank you,
He doesn't
Elliot.
even have a business account.
I didn't have a GoFundMe. I didn't have a Facebook. I didn't
No.
have Instagram.
He's got 1.4 million followers.
Shocking.
I mean, this blew
See,
up.
Elliot, I respect. Elliot,
Thank
you did it right.
I'm glad you're recognizing me for the superior, distinguished gentleman I am.
You
It
are.
feels good
You are.
to get that from you, Sam. And Troy, he can still go fuck himself.
That's right, Troy.
Go fuck yourself.
Troy's just,
Elliot, what's the
Troy's just been sitting there quietly going, I don't understand.
I don't understand what Elliot's doing.
Why is everybody mad at
Hey,
me?
Troy, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Andy in South Carolina.
Hey, Sam. How's it going?
Great.
Considering that Travis is all of a sudden pro people foolishly living their dreams, I just wanted to let him know that next week while you guys are off, there's actually an audition for Disney Cruise Lines. They're looking for male presenting
Well, let's do a
members.
GoFundMe.
Why do you
could
think
be
we're taking the week off?
You could do a cast member. You could be Tweedledum, and you can join the Disney cruise. That's your dream.
Andy's a great guy. He's always looking out for me.
Yeah.
Remember when it was my birthday and he sent me all of the AARP stuff?
That's right. He's got your back.
I got you, Travis.
I know you do, Andy.
That being said, this Oliver Widger is full of shit. So he doesn't seem to exist on the internet except for this fucking story, and everyone keeps framing it as he quit his corporate day job like he was working at fucking Merrill Lynch. He managed a discount tire in Oregon.
Okay. His 401
he absolutely is a rich kid cosplaying as poor.
His 401k from the Shane Gillis tire store. He probably was that guy. Remember the guy who managed the tire store that Shane worked at was only there because his dad owned the whole company? Thank you, Andy.
Do we think this is a psyop? Thank you.
And then you guys are buying it.
Yeah, I love him. He's great.
You guys are all buying it, going, man, this is he quit his job at a tire store and bought a boat. That's not a thing.
Yep. People have to work at tire stores.
They can't buy boats.
Who cares?
He was in corporate. He was part of the corporate structure. Do you want to know why I love this guy?
Go ahead.
Okay. I want you to read this.
Oh, boy.
This is his Instagram page.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
His name is Oliver Widgers.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
What's the quote under Sailing with Phoenix?
This is who Troy's supporting. Quote, "There are no rules." Attributed to Oliver.
He quotes himself.
Quotes himself.
Okay.
It's like Michael Scott.
It's Michael Scott.
It's very Michael Scott. And by the way, how old did you say he was?
29. Well, they say he's 29.
Left my 11-year corporate job.
Okay. You get a corporate job when you're 18.
Who gets a corporate job when they're 18?
How many 18-year-olds are working for Doge right now?
I mean, that's a good point. It could be a Doge thing.
Okay.
It could be a Doge thing. You get a retail job when you're 18.
No.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. I forgot about all the corporate
You can have
places.
a corporate job when you're 18. That's not crazy.
Doing what? What are you talking about? Corporate jobs?
Selling
that are
tires.
That's not a corporate job.
Maybe he sold tires. Okay, when can you start to work? 15? So maybe he starts to work at the tire shop when he's 15.
How's that corporate?
Not when you're 15. You're just putting out...
Corporate job makes it sound like you're working like in a bank or on Wall Street. Or
I have a corporate job. I
finance
work for SiriusXM.
I mean, that's so crazy. To be like, is SiriusXM a corporation? Well, then I had a corporate job.
Maybe he does have a corporate job.
Discount tire, you could work at the,
Yeah.
higher up. It's not just putting the tires on.
Bro.
White-collar jobs at Discount Tire.
He didn't have one.
You don't know that.
I do.
He said, I work at a corporate job at a tire shop.
Okay, guess what? I work at a corporate job at a tire business or a tire shop.
You're getting all like...
No.
Specific.
Yeah.
Because if you work in the office building, one of the you don't work in the shop.
Yeah, so
Do
maybe,
you?
Maybe he works. Maybe you know how like a lot of times you go into Meineke or whatever, and there's the ground floor where everybody's working, and then there's like an office upstairs, kind of like where Veruca Salt's dad was.
I see.
That's
I didn't know what you were saying at first.
a corporate job.
I didn't realize that was a corporate job.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't smell the tires up there. Like it's a different place.
You see how the further we go in, the more it's like, oh, this is full of holes.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, he's great, and I hope I'm going to donate to Phoenix.
The cat.
Yeah.
You support the cat.
I support.
He's
the cat.
taking all that cat's money.
He probably is.
He's like
This is a Macaulay Culkin situation.
Gary Coleman for sure.
Yeah.
That poor cat. Everybody loves the cat, but the parents are taking all the dough.
Like, you think when people send in GoFundMe's and in the notes it says for Phoenix, he's...
Okay, sure, for Phoenix. He'll get some pets for this. Benny in Wisconsin.
Hey, salutations, boy.
What's up, Benny?
So, this guy's full of shit. I think he's fake. Because because he said, "Oh, my cervical spine has been fused." How many spines do you have?
Yeah, exactly.
I think he just WebMD'd, neck pain or some shit, and picked up some because he's very vague on the diagnosis. And when you cash out your 401k at 29, yeah, Dave Ramsey would call you a jackass.
That's right. See,
but
I told you.
Also, what kind of sailboat does this guy have? Because every other movie I've seen with sailboats, when you got to man the jib, you got to manhandle and run ropes, and if he's in that much pain, he can't be doing that all himself. So, does he have an automated sailboat?
Good question.
Or is it one like that's on Tommy Boy when he was stuck on the lake, and, with that hot chick?
Good question. Thank you, Benny. It does seem like the worst thing you could do for a bad back is to go sailing. But who knows? I guess, it's your dream.
By the way, shout out to Elon. He's using Starlink for internet.
Shout out to Elon on that one. He's got a Starlink subscription? That's got to be.
Maybe Elon gave him one.
It's got to be pricey.
Yeah, but it was complimentary.
Yeah.
I forgot. He was probably getting a great 401k from the tire store.
Stop shitting on
Troy can't even keep a straight face. Tony in Atlanta.
Hey, fellas, what's up?
What's up, bud?
First of all, yeah, sailboats are animated. This ain't the friggin' 1820s.
That's a good point too.
You're not toting friggin' mismasses and all that kind of shit. But if you were to buy a decently maintained used sailboat and rig it and supply it to travel around the world, it's going to cost you around $75,000, which isn't that crazy.
Who's got $75,000?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're working in a corporate office, you're making good money.
No, incorrect. Number one, he's working in a tire shop.
He said he was making $150,000 a year.
Yeah, on the corporate side.
He said that he felt like he was barely making ends meet.
Was that $150,000?
That's what he said.
I think he was just saying
and that's
that.
What, by the way, you know who would say that? Dave Ramsey. He go, well, what are you spending the money on? He go, well, I'm saving for a boat.
Yeah,
I got an Instagram idea.
And you throw in another 25 for expenses, $100,000. You could travel around the world on your own sailboat without a problem.
Bro, he doesn't have $100,000 at 29.
He says he has full conversations with his cat.
Of course he does. So would Andy Bernard. Everybody thought Andy Bernard was an idiot.
Oh, the New York Times asked him what his scariest moment was so far. You want to know?
Mm-hmm.
I locked myself in the engine compartment.
Like, come on.
He said that's every sailor's worst fear. It was my worst fear.
Wait.
Because he's a sailor.
That's so.
He's a sailor.
That's every sailor's worst fear. How many sailors did he poll?
He probably read it in his book, How to Sail.
The Complete Idiot's Guide to Sailing.
I latched the hatch open and then a huge wave came and it slammed closed. The feeling, quote, oh my God, it happened. I fortunately had a wrench in there with me and he broke the hinges and it broke open.
Hey.
So see, he knows how to, he's fine.
He broke his boat.
He's had blissful moments.
Mm-hmm.
The sunsets are crazy.
Crazy, man.
Seeing dolphins swim.
That's cool.
Yeah, but you could go to parks and see that. You can swim with them.
Yeah, I swam with dolphins.
Right. I know spots where you could swim with them.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. They'll mount you.
I'm out of them.
You can't do that.
Okay, that's why
you
they
can't go
yelled
back
at me.
there. Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yep. They get mad about that.
Yeah, just let him have fun. Let him do his thing.
He's trying to get us to pay for it.
He's not trying to get anybody to pay for anything.
I mean,
people offer. I mean, what do you do?
I mean, people offered. He set up the GoFundMe himself.
Yeah, but you don't have. No one's holding a gun to your head.
Yeah, I didn't say that he's robbing people and putting a gun to their head.
But if he's like, hey, this is what
I said he's creating a narrative.
Yeah, who cares?
False narrative to get people to pay for his sailing trip.
Oh, he's got merch.
Oh, nice.
Shock! I can't believe it. Yeah, but you're right. He's got merch, except definitely like he's just doing his thing privately. He doesn't want to be a big. You guys are so right.
You got merch.
Yeah,
I know. I'm a public person.
So is he.
He's got Sailing with Phoenix crew necks.
Oh, that's
cool, right?
I might grab one of those.
Yeah.
By the way, those look not the best quality.
I mean, they're $35.
Yeah, $35 for a long sleeve. Okay. Lot margins are good on that.
Yeah. You wash it once, it'll fall right apart.
That's right.
It's just heavyweight fabric. Doesn't even say what it is.
Right, that's right.
It's probably Gildan.
It's not going to keep you warm on those nights at sea. That's for sure.
That's cool that he's got merch.
It's not. How is that cool?
Oh, he's got a hoodie that says "Liquidate your 401k."
What is that even? Is that like a call to action?
We should have stopped like 20 minutes ago because I'm starting to not.
Like that. What does that even mean? Liquidate your 401k. If that's the call to action, don't even start. How to chase your dreams. Liquidate your 401k. Who's got a 401k that can fund their dreams at this?
A bad idea?
It's a terrible idea. You know who would say that's a bad idea? Can you imagine wearing that hoodie around Dave Ramsey? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would you wear a shirt that says that? Well, you know what's in your 401k right now?
His other shirt he's got.
His other shirt says, how to become a sailor. Liquidate your 401k, buy a sailboat, go into debt, get a cat. Cool, man. Cool. This is definitely what we need. I'm glad we're interviewing this guy, getting him on the news.
I didn't know you didn't know about this guy.
I had no idea, and I was so much happier for it.
You think you're worse off now?
Worse.
Okay.
Worse
seem
off.
fired up.
I don't like him.
He's got a bucket hat. We can get one for your son.
Oh, that's fun.
Sailing with Phoenix. And also, he's using his cat's name to get over.
This cat probably approved the whole thing.
I doubt it.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I'd make sailing with Toots.
Yeah.
Maybe get Troy a Sailing with Phoenix bucket hat.
Where's he shipping them from?
That's a good point.
It's a drop ship operation.
Drop ship.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a made to order.
Oh, he's got his Venmo set up, his PayPal set up.
It's 100% made to order. Look at just the sheer amount of SKUs. It's impossible to run a quality business like this with this amount of SKUs. Unless it's all made to order.
The margins are just...
I mean, it'd be ridiculous. Far too many SKUs.
He's got a list on Amazon.
He's got an Amazon wish list. Just let him do his thing. Oh, he's not looking for all this attention. Oh, he just had an Instagram page like anybody else. He's got a public Amazon wish list like he's a pornography star. You know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not mad at this guy for doing his thing.
Yeah.
I'm furious with him. Mike, how you feel about him?
No, I don't like him at all.
That's right.
This is very reminiscent of, if you remember, amongst like millennials, just picking up and moving to Australia was a big thing.
But guess what? They're all back.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them is back because all the millennials are now 40 and trying to figure it out.
He's almost at Hawaii.
Oh, there's a tracker on him.
Yeah, you can track him.
Good. Well, he's not almost there. He's still got quite... Look,
he's closer than he has been.
He's a lot more than halfway, that's for sure.
Then what happens? You turn around?
Hope you got your passport.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean.
We gotta sail back.
No, he's going to sail the world, and this is the first stop.
Oh, okay. All right, we're good. Let him do his thing.
Yeah. Let him live.
Yeah, he's living life.
I hope he's sailing. Is he sailing to the Middle East?
We could use the help.
It's true. No, guys, you don't understand. I'm living my dream.
Let him live his dream.
I figured it out when I was 26, and then I liquidated my 401k. There was $19 in it.
Hot Dog supports him.
Shocker. That's exactly right. Exactly right.
He said, I'm with Boat Guy. Everyone has different dreams.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
Yeah, he's right.
It's a good point, Hot Dog.
Everyone has different dreams.
You know why?
We're not all beholden to your dream.
Yeah, you think everybody has to think exactly the way you do.
No, I don't.
Everything.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I like a diverse mix of thoughts and opinions. But if one is idiotic, I'll tell you.
Well, you're allowed to say it, but people are also allowed to be like, hey, I don't think exactly the way you do.
Okay, and I'm going to tell you that is fine, but if you think that, you're an idiot.
You don't see things other people's way.
No. You refuse to. If there's Sam Roberts' way, and that's it.
That's not true.
That's true.
That's not true.
100% true.
You've never said on this show, like, yeah, I see what he's saying, but...
Right. It's like, no.
Well,
like
because
Troy's like, I mean, I see why you would do it.
Because I'm not a flip-flopper.
It has nothing to do with flip-flopping. You can see another
like John
You
Kerry.
can see a point of view.
You can see somebody else's perspective.
No,
Yeah,
like I like that kid who was sitting on top of the billboard for the Knicks game. I said that's a great guy. I would never sit on top of a billboard myself.
Yeah, but that's not his dream. I mean, maybe it was his dream.
I believe 1,000% that kid dreamed more about sitting on top of that billboard and the Knicks winning than this guy ever dreamed about sailing.
But look at all the SKUs.
And there's so many SKUs. That's how you know it's all made to order. It's just the absurd amount of SKUs.
So the quality just has to be shit.
That's right.
Because if you're making it to order, the quality's never good.
But that goes to the point of all of this, which is it's all just like, let me grab as much as I can. I just thought of this just now, which is not how dreams work.
I mean, who cares?
I do. Clearly.
You're the
and a lot of people
truth-sayer of dreams?
Yeah.
100%. Yes, of course I am. And by the way, a lot of people care. He's raised $78,000 on GoFundMe. He's on Anderson Cooper's nightly program.
I mean, you sound jealous saying it that way.
I'm not jealous.
He's raised all this money. He's getting all this.
You sound jealous.
Yeah.
No, that's just evidence to my point. I'm not jealous.
Yeah, but like what?
I mean, I'd love $78K. But I'm not jealous.
I mean, do you get angry at like women who have like a big fat ass and show it off for money? Like
you want
no,
like,
that's
why don't they have a better job? Why don't they desire more in life?
That's a business.
This is his business.
He said it wasn't a business.
Slash
he said it was his
dream.
Yeah, he said it wasn't his business. You said
Your
it
dream
wasn't,
is your business?
You said it wasn't his business.
Yes, I did.
You can't move the goalpost because my arguments are so strong.
I wasn't trying to move it. I just ran right into it.
Donnie on Long Island.
Yeah, first of all, Troy killing it on the phones.
Nice.
Thanks, Donnie.
And also, I love it how you guys are talking about what's going to happen to this guy and when he gets back after 4 years. This guy is fish food. He's done. I feel bad for the cat because the cat didn't sign up for it, and
That's
I also feel bad for the 200,000 square miles they're going to have to search to find this fucking guy's broken boat and no body. And so good luck with that. I'm grabbing a bucket of popcorn, kicking back, and going to watch this fucking guy unwind. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Donnie. Thank you for.
Donnie sounds as angry as you.
Then, there's a lot of people that are upset. I mean, I speak for the. I'm the working man. You know what I mean?
I thought this was a feel-good story.
It's a feel-bad story. I hate him.
You're seething.
I don't
anger.
like it. I don't like people who
You don't
this
use
stuff.
that word lightly.
I know I don't, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. What can I tell you? I don't like people who do stuff like this. But it's not because of the individuals necessarily. I have a complete lack of respect for the individuals that do this to the point that I brush them off as I don't even think of them for anything. You're worthless. The romanticizing.
You think he's worthless?
Yes, 100% worthless. The romanticizing of the
he's
story.
Not contributing to society.
He's worthless.
Yeah, but
the romanticizing of the story is what it gets me seething.
People like to live vicariously through others.
That's right.
You seem to be more jealous.
I'm not jealous of anything.
I think Troy and I are like, oh, that's cool. I love seeing somebody.
It's not for me, but
I
good
love
for
seeing
him
somebody
doing
live their dream.
He's not doing that.
He's living his dream. He
No,
said
isn't.
it was a wild, unattainable dream.
It's not a dream. He just thought of it while he was sleeping and said, "I'm living my dream." It was just his dream one night.
You don't know this guy. You don't know.
I know him now. I know enough. I didn't this morning, and I was in a better place for it. What bothers me is the romanticizing of the story. That's what gets me seething. That's what gets me angry. If he was in here and he's like, "I want to go on a boat," I go get on a boat. I don't care.
You don't like to see anybody else doing good.
No, that's not true. The romanticizing of the story is what gets me upset. The same way I got very upset when they made that Pearl Jam movie about the kid on the bus.
Stop calling it that.
They make the Pearl Jam movie
Into the
about
Wild?
yes, and everybody goes, "What an amazing story," and I go, "Fuck all of you." What do you mean? What an amazing story?
Great soundtrack.
I can't enjoy it, unfortunately, because I get so mad about the story.
Sucks for you.
Right.
You're missing good songs.
Because they romanticize the story. This is what gets me upset. This is what makes me seethe. The romanticizing of the story. This story is now being romanticized and merchandised, and not just looking for merchandise, but also donations with no merchandise.
A lot of skews.
Skews up the wazoo.
Well, yeah. Sometimes people just want to pay. I mean, there's so many lower tiers of Patreon where
But
it's
the
just
idea of
thanks for
going
your support.
Hey, liquidate your 401k, and then
it's on a hoodie.
Yeah, I'm gonna liquidate my 401k and make a line of merchandise about it. What do you,
Son? Why'd you do that? Oliver told me to.
Oliver. It's the romanticizing of the story.
I read his quote. There are no rules.
I seen it on his Instagram.
I love that he put his own quote. Also, that's not a quote. That's just things people say.
Yeah, there are no rules. Who said that?
Yeah.
Oliver, me. Maybe when we get tired of put the fries in the bag, we change the quote on the app. I'll come up with some great quote and put -Sam. That's what gets me upset. I'm not upset with him. He can go sail wherever he wants
People
to.
like seeing other people realize their dreams.
He's going through a quarter-life crisis.
But let him go through it.
Yeah, let him
He's fine to. You're not listening to me. He's fine to go through his quarter-life crisis. We're romanticizing a story about a guy going through a quarter-life crisis instead of going hey.
Yeah, but you're also shitting on him for doing it.
Yeah, I am.
You are.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. The same way I would shit on anybody going through a midlife or quarter-life crisis. It's a pathetic thing.
Yeah, but what constitutes that?
Quarter-life crisis?
Yeah.
When you
like,
are,
is it? I'm asking. Like, is it a dollar amount? Is it a time investment?
I know you like that. I will come up with numbers if need be. The same way with the dream.
I'm just curious.
15
Like,
years.
what constitutes a quarter life crisis? You could do something that's really irresponsible that costs nothing, or you can like you said, you buy a Porsche. Like, okay, that's a large investment, so people assume you're going through a crisis.
Yeah, I don't think the monetary value is what makes it the quarter or the midlife crisis.
Okay.
I think it's the acting out of character.
You don't know if this is his character or not.
Why, he's never been sailing before. It's definitely not in his character.
He had a corporate job at a tire store.
And it wasn't on the water.
Yeah,
But people trust me, people love sailing. They romanticize it.
Yeah.
He's not. He literally worked in the opposite of sailing. If he loved sailing so much, why did he work in a place that sells wheels?
Maybe he was landlocked.
What could be more useless
There's
in the
wheels on
water?
boats. You got to get them in.
That's true. Hey, I was thinking about a new line of tires for the store. What if
I've
we
seen
made
those boats they got in Boston.
What if we made wheel boats? No, go back to work. Oh, one day I'll show you. One day you'll all see.
And they put tires on the shore so the boat doesn't bump it.
That's probably what he was. He's like, look, I think I can make a good deal with the dock. So we can, hey, what if we like resold the old tires as inner tubes? Because they'll float. No. Oh, one day I'll show you. One day.
People just like realizing their dreams. Everyone rooted so hard for Truman to walk out that door.
Well, that was because he was held captive on a soundstage. That's totally different.
Yeah, but he didn't know that.
He found out, and he was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. This is all fake? This is a soundstage? Truman leaving a soundstage was not a quarter-life crisis.
Ed Harris begged him not to leave.
You're right. I remember. But I will, okay, that's a good question. Truman leaving the soundstage was not a quarter or midlife crisis.
But he was realizing his dream.
No, it wasn't even a dream. It was just, I was captive, and I would like to be not captive. I didn't do anything to be held captive. That's wrong.
I wonder if they ever went on trial for that.
Ed Harris?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. He went to jail for a long time. He was the original Me Too. Not the actor, by the way, the character in The Truman Show. Yes. Yes.
What's his name?
I don't know. God?
No, it was something weird.
The Voice?
Yeah.
He plays The Voice. He wore that beret because he was directing The Truman Show all day, every day.
Christoph. Right, it was something
Christoph, the
grand.
Yeah, like we could have just named him. Like honestly, he could have just been Ed. You don't like.
No, it's Christoph.
One of the best directors ever is named Marty.
That's true.
You know, it's like we don't need to name him Christoph.
All right, so there's no financial.
No.
Okay.
No.
It's just general irresponsibility.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know this guy. You don't know if he's
I know.
irresponsible.
I know him.
All right. Okay.
I know him well.
Okay.
Trust me, I know him well. And Mike's with me on this. He knows.
Okay.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Hot Dog brings up a good point.
Okay. Should I check it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you are.
Oh, this is okay. This goes back. Hot Dog says, Sam, and this might be my quote for my app.
It is.
Sam, quote, he's worthless. Also, quote, I'm just criticizing the romanticism.
Which you're not. You can't do both.
Well, to be fair,
You're
I
criticizing
said
him.
I said my main problem is the romanticism. That's what's got me seething. What has got me full of hate and seething is the romanticism. And then to be fair, Troy said, but you're shitting on him. I said, yes, I am. So I did take ownership of that.
And that's fine.
I did. Okay, thank you.
But to call
Thank
him
you.
worthless.
Okay, what value? Explain the value to me. If I'm wrong, it's
He's
fine.
making people happy.
No, he's not.
Thank you, Mike.
And we're going to look at what everybody does with their lives to see if it brings value.
Yeah.
Yes, life should bring value.
Okay, so when a woman showing her fat ass, what value is that bringing?
Tremendous
Trust me,
amount of value.
A lot of value. Mike and me are real happy about
Puts a
it.
smile on everybody's face.
That's right.
Yeah, and this guy's putting a smile on other people's faces.
Yes.
No, he's not.
Because
Yes,
they're
he is.
living the dream. People, trust me, people wish they were doing what this guy was doing.
I hope they all do. Honestly, everybody that goes like, I wish I was like that guy, put them all on a boat. Just send them sailing.
There's just
Send him
he's
floating.
lacking something in his brain, Sam,
Yeah.
specifically.
No, I'm not.
Where it's like,
You guys
I'm
are.
happy for him. That doesn't exist.
I've been happy for a lot of people. There's nothing to be happy for him about.
You're happy for yourself.
I am.
And
My
when-
loved ones.
And yeah, like when your son's little league team.
Oh, creams the other team. Yeah, I get super happy for him. because they accomplished something.
You're happy, yeah, but it's all you.
Exactly. Sam sees the way Sam sees things, and there's no.
I'm happy that Travis is getting to spend a small fortune going to Disney World.
No, you're happy that
I'm happy about that.
You're happy because of the negatives that's going to bring to me.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you're saying the inherent joy I feel is your finances being depleted.
Yeah. Where I'm just like staring at the schedule and I'm like, there's got to be something I can cut.
You know, I'm not sure I see a separation there. You may be right. You may be right about that.
I'm kind of with you on that.
That's funny.
I like that it's his daughter's 16-year-old birthday, and she's taking him to the cleaners.
I like that. Doesn't it bring you joy? Yeah. It brings me joy too. Yeah.
I told her the other day.
So I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her.
I'm very happy
that she
for
gets
her.
to bring Pop to the cleaners.
Yeah, Dad just cleaning out his bank account.
I like that.
It's my birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking the inheritance, but I'm taking it now.
I told her the other day how much, because we let her pick the restaurants that we're eating at.
Nice. Oh, she picked the real nice ones too.
So
they got 5 Mickey ears.
There's one that's more expensive than the others. And I go, this is probably going to cost such and such a
small fortune.
And she goes, yeah, it's my birthday.
Oh, that's great. Good for her. And that's how she should be.
Yeah.
That's how she should be.
It's a big, 16's a big
It's
year.
huge.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm probably still spending less than I would on the people spend on these lavish parties.
Super Sweet 16s?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Quinceanera?
Yeah, on a quinceanera, yeah.
Remember when Borat did that one? That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It could be worse.
I didn't think you were going to hate this guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't stand
I
it.
thought you were going to be like, oh, this is cool.
I can't stand it, but the romanticism really gets me going.
All right.
Do you hate people that want to move, that dream of moving out to the woods and just having like a farm and living off of solar power?
Like the Unabomber?
And not being attached to the grid? Like, does that make you angry?
Jesse Ventura?
Yes.
No.
That sounds fun.
No, but maybe it's the earnedness of it. I like people who have been like, you know what? I've established myself as a human being. I'm going to go. This is what I want to do. And I can trust you that I know that this is what you want to do. If you said that to me, you know what I really want to do? I want to go live off the grid. I go, okay. I trust that you know that you want to do that. If you're 28 and you're like, you know what I really want to do? I go, no, neither do you.
He could have just taken sailing lessons on the weekend.
That's right.
If he was searching for fulfillment,
that's right.
You would take sailing lessons.
That's 100% right, and he'd get great at it.
Yeah,
he'd get great at it, and then he'd become one of the great sailors. If that was his dream, that's what he would do.
Yeah, but maybe his dream isn't to become one of the great sailors. His dream is to, sail with Phoenix.
That's not a dream. That's anybody could just do it.
Somebody, I think it was Jimmy from Staten Island, had a great point on the phones. He said this is an aspiration, not a dream.
That's right. That's right. Like you said, if Travis's dream is to go to Tokyo, just fucking go to Tokyo.
Yeah, I'm shocked that he just doesn't do it.
If your dream is just
Troy's right. I was not using my noodle.
Yeah. If your dream is just get on a boat with your cat, just get on a boat with your cat. Who cares?
Yeah.
You haven't done anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, go to Tokyo. There's planes go there every day. Every single day, there's a plane there.
It's not that easy.
Literally,
get a credit card.
Every couple hours, there's planes to Tokyo.
Right. Get a credit card.
It's that easy.
Huh?
It's that easy.
It requires a lot of planning.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
We could book you a plane ticket to Tokyo for tomorrow.
You saw how much planning I needed to do just for your Disney vacation.
It was a lot.
Yeah. But imagine 2 weeks in Tokyo.
Just go.
You're a smart guy, though. You could figure it out.
I want to ride that cat train.
What's it?
Then do it.
Do it. Is it available for the public?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's train stations. There's train stations in Japan that are run by cats.
He's been to Orlando 15 times in the last 10 years.
What are you going to see that you haven't seen already?
Right.
Tron.
I
did not ride Tron yet. I'm trying to ride it during the day.
That movie came out in
night.
1985.
Okay, great.
Tron.
I didn't ride the new Woke Splash Mountain.
Go to Tokyo. That's going to still be in Orlando.
It'll always be there.
You could drive down there if you want to.
You really could. You
it's
did.
a long drive.
No, it's easy.
You quarantined.
Quarantined right through the States.
I just did it last year. With a blown out tire, I did it.
No problemo.
No problem.
You did it in one shot, too.
Yeah.
You called the radio show before you got there.
Sitting in your piss in that van.
I was like hallucinating. I was so tired.
Yeah, sure. Well, you could just do an overnight stopover.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's nothing wrong
Your
with
wife
that.
can drive.
There's no. Yeah.
Mine can't.
She's narcoleptic.
She's narcoleptic.
Right.
Literally, she gets behind the wheel. I'm like, you're gonna fucking kill us.
Can you imagine that? Hallucinating because you're so tired, and you're like, you know what's more dangerous? If she started driving.
Yeah.
This is still the safest way to go.
Yeah.
I'd be safer with Toots driving.
Yeah.
I'll get there eventually. It's a dream.
It's an attainable dream. You could cancel your trip and go do this one.
I can't.
See, but now you're frustrated with Travis for saying that's his dream.
I mean, it's just crazy.
But guess what? It's not any more difficult than getting on a boat with your stupid cat.
Well, now why is the cat stupid?
And don't drag the cat into this.
I apologize and I take it back.
Thank you.
Stupid owners, not stupid cats.
You're a good man.
Yeah.
And by the way, I went to Hong Kong. So
as a dream?
Well,
or
just
a trip.
Showing you that it's attainable.
Right.
I literally just got on a plane and went. So for him to say he can't go to Tokyo, it's crazy.
It was your dream, or you just was like, or just like a...
I had to.
Right.
Family vacation.
Yeah, this wasn't like your plan.
Okay, but I could still do it.
Yeah, I'm not saying
you could have planned it.
I'm not saying I'm physically unable to go to Tokyo. I'm not saying I don't know where the airplane is that goes to Tokyo. Can someone please show me?
You just get a credit card.
Of course.
This was her decision. And that's where we're
I
going.
think if you said to your daughter, would you rather go to Orlando that you've been to 500 times?
Tokyo's going to cost way more
It's
than
going to be
Orlando.
hot as fucking
Okay,
hell.
we got Hot Dog chiming in again.
Go ahead.
Because Travis wanted him to contribute so much in our last conversation. Want to hear what Hot Dog has to say now?
Please.
It's so easy to go to Tokyo. And then he wrote, cancel 2 Disney trips and you got it. You know who's been to Tokyo? You know who's done Travis's dream? Hot Dog.
My
Can you
dream.
imagine that? Can you imagine that? If you realize like one day I'll do my dream and it's like Hot Dog already did it. Hot Dog, of all people, already did your dream.
He
and you
figured it out.
And you can't for the life of you fathom how you can't do it. For the life of you. You just can't figure it out.
My dream is not to try to impress girls and break my arm.
Wow, that's what he chose to do once he got there.
But he still got there.
He got there.
I'm not saying I can't get there.
You said that. You said I can't do
This is so linear. You're like,
You
why
were
don't
like,
you just go?
You said you were watching Anderson Cooper crying because this guy figured out his dream and you can't get to Tokyo.
Yeah, and you're going to Orlando for the 500th time in the hottest time of the year.
That's right.
I mean, you picked the worst time
It's
to go.
not my decision.
Worst time to go, and also like spending a small fortune.
Small fortune. It's hot. It rains all afternoon.
All afternoon. I mean, you're licked from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. You're licked.
You're sitting under a pavilion.
Right. Right. You can't even go in the pool because the lightning strike.
Yeah.
Hope you like your hotel room.
There's lots of stuff indoors.
Like what?
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride?
Where are you going to wait online for it?
Outside.
Right.
It's also not there anymore.
You're not using your noodle.
That's the problem with him.
Troy's got a great point.
He's
there.
got he's got this noodle. He doesn't use it for anything.
I checked out at Noodle Town.
He doesn't know shit from Shiola.
That's a great point. And I've said that before. That's a great point to bring up.
I'll get there. It's a dream. I'm going to cash out my 401k.
And go to Tokyo. That's what you got to do. You got to cash out your 401k. You can go to Tokyo the next day.
Live my dream.
All right. Well, my dream is to go to break.
Oh, thank God.
I got to piss.
I know, right?
Is that your dream right now?
Oh.
I'm like floating.
If you could either go and like sail across the world or just go grab a piss right now, which one would you pick?
Piss. I got to piss so fucking bad.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show. Faction Talks, Trump Nation.
You know, we talk a lot about ticketing and where your money goes. So I checked into this place, and the woman takes my credit card and says, there's going to be a $45 a night charge for a resort fee. So I said, so what is the $50 a night for? She looks up at me and she goes, it's kind of a hotel tax. And then she goes back down, looks at her computer, and she looks up at me and she goes, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of a scam.
Trunk Nation with Eddie Trunk. Weekdays, 3 p.m. East on SiriusXM's Faction Talk, Channel 103.
Hey, everyone. Comedian Brian Regan here. Good news. Pure Comedy. I'm taking it over for the entire Memorial Day weekend.
You heard right. Brian Regan is taking over Pure Comedy this Memorial Day weekend. You'll hear all your favorite jokes from Brian, as well as his own personal stories about his favorite tracks.
I ain't Fig Newton's by the sleeve. Fig Newton shavings coming off the side.
So come hang with me starting Friday, May 23rd at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on Pure Comedy, SiriusXM Channel 98, or anytime using the SiriusXM app.
Hey, my name is Nee Addy, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Philo, the TV streaming service that puts its audience first. What does that mean? It means no hidden fees and no long contracts. It means 24/7 customer support with real people. And it means the easiest and most affordable way to watch the stuff you love to watch. Live TV from networks like A&E, BET, Nickelodeon, and Discovery. All the groundbreaking blockbusters from AMC+. a huge library of movies and shows on demand that you can stream now or save to rewatch for up to a year and fast forward through commercials. We even have more than 100 channels that are always free, even if you pause or cancel your subscription. And the best part, TV shouldn't break the bank. So all of this is just $28 a month when you sign up at philo.tv. Check us out risk-free. That's philo.tv.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save.
There's nothing like that first cup of coffee in the morning until the jitters kick in. Your stomach feels bloated and you start to crash. Kinda takes the joy out of coffee, right? Maybe it's time to try Everyday Dose. It's coffee, plus benefits. Everyday Dose combines 100% Arabica coffee with lion's mane, chaga, L-theanine, and collagen protein. The result? A great tasting coffee that improves your focus, memory, and gut health while revitalizing your skin, hair, nails, and joints. Leave the side effects of your typical coffee behind and upgrade to Everyday Dose. No crash, no jitters, no gut issues. For a limited time, you can get 45% off the 30-serving bag of Coffee Plus with code RADIO. That's less than 85 cents a cup. And with the subscription, you get over $100 in free gifts. Plus, it ships free. Upgrade your coffee today and go to everydaydose.com. That's everydaydose.com and use code RADIO to get 45% off your first bag with free shipping. That's everydaydose.com and use code RADIO.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Club Champion, the fitters are true masters of their craft. They undergo weeks of intense training before ever stepping into the fitting bay, ensuring every golfer gets a precise, personalized, and unmatched fitting experience. With over 65 brands at their fingertips, these experts help golfers of all levels unlock their potential. Better clubs mean better golf, and no one does custom fitting like Club Champion. Book your fitting today at clubchampion.com.
A-N-D-Y. Radio Andy is Andy Cohen Live, Jeff Lewis Live,
Smith Sisters Live,
The
Julia Cunningham Show,
Gail King in the house,
and
It's Me Tinks.
I am a content creator, lover of pop culture, advice giver.
You can't fix other people's relationships. You're not Dr. Phil. Yeah. We're going to be talking about what's going on with me, what's going on with you, and everything in between. Dating, Botox, anxiety, how to deal with your toxic roommate.
It's me, Tinks, on Radio Andy, SiriusXM 102, and on the SiriusXM app.
All right, I'm going to change your world. That's going to be interesting. Let's go. I love to root for great. Yeah. I want to watch history. Ooh. You want to root for the underdog. Good luck with that. In sports, people hate what they fear. They hate Brady. They hate LeBron. I've got a lot of haters.
Truth hurts sometimes.
I'm controversial when I don't even mean to be. It doesn't matter how many times I'm right. You'll still argue with me.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1.
Every business has a story, and every chapter counts. Whether you're growing, rebuilding, or just keeping pace, LendSeek stands with you, offering the funding that keeps your business growing strong. LendSeek proudly funds most industries, from contractors, restaurants, and healthcare providers to online businesses and other professional services. If you've been in business for at least 2 years with a minimum annual revenue of $500,000, you can get up to $1 million in funding in as fast as 24 hours using LendSeek's exclusive AI lending platform that connects your business to over 100 funders. No collateral required, no prepayment penalties, no red tape. Just the freedom and funding to move your business forward, your way. At LendSeek, we know that running a business takes heart, hustle, and sometimes a little help. Business doesn't wait, and neither should your funding. Apply today with no cost or obligation at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com. LendSeek. You seek, we lend.
Hi, this is professional golfer Mark O'Mara. When it came to building my personal putting green, I called Celebrity Greens, the leader in customized synthetic golf greens. Celebrity Greens designed an amazing backyard green for me and a synthetic lawn area for my dogs that looks and acts just like natural grass. You can't beat Celebrity Greens' attention to detail and exceptional customer service. Learn how to create a championship putting green in your own backyard. Call the pros at Celebrity Greens, 1-888 507-7960, or visit them online at celebritygreens.com.
Not available in all states. Rates vary. With all the economic uncertainty these days, building a financial safety net for your family can be tough. But with term life insurance through Ethos, you can have peace of mind that no matter the market's ups and downs, your family's financial future is secure. Make sure they can pay the mortgage, tuition, and other bills if something happens to you. With Ethos, you can get covered in as little as 10 minutes, 100% online. Ethos finds your best rate across their multiple trusted carriers, like a $500,000 10-year term life policy for a 40-year-old healthy, non-smoking male starting at just $1 a day or $30 a month. And you don't have to worry about rising costs. Even in uncertain times, your term life insurance rates and payout don't change. 3 million families have already completed their applications. They trust Ethos to find the right coverage for them, and so should you. For your free quote, visit ethos.com/trust. That's ethos.com/trust. ethos.com/trust.
I don't hear nothing.
What the fuck is going on in here?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
We're back with Sam Roberts Show.
Seven Mary 3, baby. Welcome back. Sam Roberts Show, getting to the bottom of all of it. Man, oh man. Well, the Knicks weren't the only ones to win big over the weekend. Of course, Scottie Scheffler got his third PGA championship?
No, third major.
Oh.
First PGA championship.
Shout out to Scotty on that. Knocked the lid right off that trophy. You see that?
Yeah.
All the executives all standing up there, all the high-ranking officials in golf, they're like, we get to stand with whoever the champion is, Scottie Scheffler, who I still wish was coming out in like handcuffs and ankle locks. He's changed ever since he went to jail, man.
That's the wrestler in you.
He's the shit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as I saw jailbird Scottie Scheffler won the PGA championship, I was like, hell yes. Hell yes. I would. I'd come out like, obviously you can't wear an orange jumpsuit to play golf, but I think if you wore like an orange polo and orange golf pants, people would get the idea. You know, people would get the gimmick. Nails, Scottie Scheffler. Oh yeah. He lifts up that trophy, he's flinging it back. It's like a flying saucer. He looks like that James Bond villain that just like flings his hat at people. Just nailing them with the top of that trophy. It's dangerous. Yeah. It's dangerous. And the commentators were so funny. They were like, it's happened before. It's happened before. People have done that. That's not the first.
Which is true.
Sure. But also, I think a cover just to make sure that old Scotty looks okay.
I think it's good because golf is such a serious sport.
Golf is serious. Yeah.
And if one of them's going to sleep with a Perkins waitress or...
One of them's getting arrested for running over police on the way into the tournament.
That's the same guy that dropped the top of the trophy.
That's right. That's him. I'm getting in. I'm Scottie Scheffler. And then he comes out of the pokey and wins anyway. I mean, what a champion.
It was a great weekend for sport.
It was. Listen to the commentators as the lid falls off the trophy. Commentators aren't on that clip. But trust me when I tell you, that's exactly what they said. And Scottie Scheffler wins the PGA championship. And you know who won? Everybody was wondering who's going to win the Preakness. You watched the Preakness, Troy?
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That's me.
Man.
You missed the Preakness?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, what were you doing?
What? You didn't miss the Preakness, did you?
I would never miss the Preakness.
Gotta watch the Preakness. It's one of the big three.
Yeah, it's Sam Roberts Show tradition.
We watched the Preakness. We covered the Preakness. You didn't know we were going to cover the Preakness today.
I didn't know.
You are sleeping, dude. You are sleeping. Wow.
Probably wouldn't have said that to Sam directly.
It's going to make me think less of you. Yes, journalism won the Preakness. I give my trophy to the horse, not to the jockey.
Yeah.
Always. But yeah, they gave it to journalism.
Finally something good.
Right.
Journalism.
Finally, journalism gets a win. Because otherwise, I wonder.
A crazy race.
It was. I mean, journalism really did. Like, that horse, was in the pocket. That horse is in the pocket between these two other horses, and they are trying. These horses know how to race. Okay, they're trying. They got to put a little guy on the back of the horses. They're just for tradition.
That's the job. I don't know.
But these horses, they know how to race, and they start making that tunnel tight, man. They make it so okay, the two of them are going. Well, the two of us are neck and neck, but we're not going to let anybody through us. And then there's one horse in front of them going okay, and I'm staying in front of you guys, but I'm going to stay in center here so that nobody can get through. And this journalism horse goes. There's a pocket in there, there's a window, and just slides that journalism head right in between the two of them, knocking them, goes through.
I mean, look, he's in 6th place right now.
Yeah. You talking about journalism?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the jockey that's on there for tradition.
Yeah, they put that on there for decoration, kind of. But look at the way. There they go. Look at that. You can give us a little audio on that, Mike.
Elizabeth's getting closer now. He's behind a wall of horses. He's looking for a place to go.
There he is. See?
He's got nowhere to go. Oh, he bumped hard.
He loved it.
Oriented. In the meanwhile, Gosker's running the race of his life, and Sandman has entered the scene. And journalism is still running on. He's back into 2nd. He might even win it. Here's the wire. Oh my goodness! Journalism has won the Preakness Stakes.
I mean, maybe it's the broadcaster
Sports
in me.
are the best.
I can get fired up about any sport if the commentator is losing his mind like that. If that commentator, and I feel so good for him. You talk about somebody with a dream. That's that guy. And to finally get an exciting thing to call in the Preakness. Because, I'm sure some of these horse races, people love them. But, most horse races, if you're not gambling on them, there's not anything to be enjoying, right? It's the one that's in the front is the one that's going to win. It is what it is. But, the fact that there's actually some action here that you get to call, the fact that you get to see this journalism horse.
At the absolute last second.
Yeah, I mean, not only muscle his way in between the two of them, then get in front of that other one. Now he's in 2nd place, way behind 1st place, by the way.
He's got to deal with this guy on his back.
He's got this dude strapped to his back. Somehow, 5 seconds left in the race, he just finds that extra gear, shifts in. And not only, and it's not even a nose-to-nose finish.
No.
He won that race, that journalism horse.
Troy, you didn't watch this live? Don't you regret it? Didn't you see that?
Now that you've seen it, though.
Amazing.
Saw the clip. It's great.
Okay. I was worried you wouldn't think it was great. Okay, good. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. And that guy just shouting about it.
Yeah, we still don't know his name.
He might even win. He might even win. Journalism takes it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
Sports is the best.
It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Yeah. It was a great weekend for sport.
You had a great weekend for sport.
What, with Little League?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We creamed the other team. We killed them. My son caught a pop-up.
You might be, listen.
Last out of the game last out of the game because the game ended with a mercy rule. We didn't get any outs in the final inning.
Man.
14-3. We're no joke.
14-3?
No joke.
The Orioles fired their manager over the weekend.
Hey.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey.
We're looking.
I'm
just saying.
They need somebody. A lot of what I do is handling the batting order.
Yeah, a manager does that.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Yeah. I mean, when we're out in the field, I'll usually cover whatever part of the field my son's on.
Okay,
I don't know. I'll primarily coach that part of the field, which has made me a great universal coach because we rotate positions, obviously. And then when as far as hitting goes, I'm generally in charge of the batting order. Because I'll tell you what kids love to do. When am I going up? When am I going up? They love that question. And what number am I? Because I'll go You
don't have it written out?
We don't have a thing. I have it.
And everybody's got a bat, right?
Yeah.
there's more than 9 kids on the team, they all have to bat.
No, in an inning?
No. I mean, like, in general. Like, you
sure,
can't just have the wiener sitting on the bench the whole game.
No, no, I don't even think that's allowed.
I know,
because otherwise these teams, because there's always like, luckily on our team, we don't have any wieners, so like everybody can hit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always like, you get to a team where it's like there are a lot of wieners, but then one
kid
fat kid who just knocks him out of the park, and you're like, how old is this kid?
But you got to make sure that everybody gets an at bat.
Everybody,
even if it's the wiener sitting on the bench the whole time.
No, everybody's on the lineup, and you can't even. They take it very seriously. I don't know, all this stuff about we don't keep score. That's not the experience I have. They take it very seriously. You can't mix up the batting order. Once it's in, it's in. And if they catch you mixing up the batting order, it's like, no, whoa. That kid already went up. Like, you can't.
Little league umpires take their job way too seriously.
Yeah. You can't mess it up like that. So
you bring the lineup card out?
Yeah, I mean, Oh, I don't have yesterday. I thought I was wearing the same pants as yesterday. I was wondering if it was still in the pocket.
You wear a jersey like the other kids? Because you're the manager?
No, there's a coach jersey.
But you have one.
Oh, yeah.
And you wear it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Of course. You know?
Ball cap?
No, I just wear my Yankees hat.
Okay.
I mean, it's the one that fits. Got a big head. What can I tell you?
I mean, they make hats. Like, that's not... The Yankees aren't the only ones that make hats for people with big heads.
That sounds like Yankees hate. You just wish I was wearing a hat with a stupid duck or something on it. Isn't that what an Oriole is?
No, an Oriole's not a duck. And also, that's your possible future team you're talking about.
I'm sorry. I take that back.
It's a horrible way to start.
No, you're right. I take that back. No, I could do it. I could be a Major League Baseball team manager.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, couldn't be worse than we are.
Right. I think I could do it because I understand the basics enough that, like, there are people out there. There are people who are hired to be the first base coach. There's specific, so I can assign.
But you can do it all.
I oversee it all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what a manager does.
Oversee it all.
Yeah.
I know where shortstop is.
Okay.
So I know where that is. Like, if and also the nice thing about being in Major League Baseball is when you give. First of all, you don't have to read the positions every inning that people are going to be playing.
Yeah, they generally know where they're going.
And second of all, you don't have to look at a kid. There's two kids going, well, I'm right field, I'm right center. Where should we go? And I'm like, talk to the outfield coach.
You have an outfield coach?
Well, there are like three of us coaching.
Okay.
So one of us gets out there.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it sounds like you're crushing it.
Plus, I'm a great people person. I can manage teams.
That's important.
I can manage people on teams.
Because your players have to believe in you.
That's right. I can manage egos. I would be like the Ted Lasso of Major League Baseball.
Are there a lot of egos on the Little League team?
Yeah. Yeah, because this kid will show up. He's like, I'm on travel.
Oh, he's on travel.
And it's like, relax.
That is a big deal, though.
Not when we're playing. Not in argument. No.
Everybody's equal.
There's one team, and it ain't the travel team.
Right. There's no I in team.
It's our team. Right. So I've experience managing those. I could do that in Baltimore.
Okay. There's egos on our team, I'm sure.
I can figure it out.
And I don't know what they have to be so egotistical about right now, but,
who knows? I'll hire Jonah Hill from Moneyball to help out, too.
I'd prefer Jonah Hill stay away from the Orioles.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think he's got it?
No.
He did super good with the Oakland Athletics.
I don't want anything to do with Jonah Hill.
All right, so I won't hire him
Give me Brad Pitt.
I'll get Brad Pitt on board. He's more the traditional guy. He's got a feel for the game. He doesn't like to watch the games. He has to go out in his car,
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, it wasn't sport, but it was still a big weekend. So I keep getting word that Netflix, as part of their sports documentaries, Untold, puts out this documentary on the Liver King. We all remember the Liver King. He was a social media phenomenon. He is this big, jacked up muscle guy with a big beard, and he looks like a Viking, and he just wears little shorts all the time and no shirt and no long pants or anything. He says he just shits in his backyard or something. And he was big on the ancestral tenets. He almost became like a life guru, like a life coach, big on the ancestral tenets. And was explaining to people how to live and how he got so big. He said he got so big and muscular and athletic because he was eating a lot of liver and a lot of a lot of clean meat. He said he ate a lot of testicles. He would bring that up, that he would eat testicles, feed his kids testicles. And yeah. Oh, yeah.
And his wife.
And his wife ate the testicles too?
Really?
100%.
I haven't watched this documentary.
You should. I knew this way before the documentary.
I mean, it had my curiosity.
But now?
That's my attention.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I can't believe you didn't know all this. I was up on the Liver King, throughout his whole rise.
Well, yeah, I remember the fall.
Sure. Everybody remembers the fall.
Yeah.
But there's a massive rise. I mean, basically, this guy kind of seemed like he popped up out of nowhere. But ultimately he was selling supplements. It was like this whole persona was built around selling nutritional supplements and stuff like that. But he was keyed in to telling this story of how he got to look like how he looked like, and he looked like an absolute freak by being natty. That he was purely natty. He was just working out like crazy, eating a ton of good, clean, protein-infused meat. You know what I mean? Right. He had like this big piece of property. He would go out. He could hunt his own food. He would have his cell phones would only be available in certain areas. He said Wi-Fi was killing us. He was going back. I don't remember all of the ancestral tenets, but it was like you have to be barefoot all the time because Earth was one of the ancestral tenets. Oh. He was big on...
It hurts so much to walk barefoot.
No, he has very fluffy grass, he said. He was big on sleep. I think sleep was one of the ancestral tenets. He was up at one of these guys that goes to bed super early, gets up super early, does the whole thing. And people were actually, and it really is interesting because people are looking for answers in life.
I have the ancestral tenets.
Hit me with the ancestral tenets. Do you want to flip the thing around or however you want to do it? I don't care.
It's easier for me to just do it.
Okay, hit me.
The first ancestral tenet.
Right.
Sleep.
Sleep. You got to go to sleep. That's when your body recovers. That's when your body rests. That's when your body can digest sometimes. It's important.
I don't even have to read these for you. You're hitting all the bullet points.
Yeah. No. I was big on the Liver King stuff.
The next one?
Yeah. Eat, of course. And that's what you consume. That's making sure you're consuming the right foods. That's making sure you're consuming foods from the earth, meaning foods like meats, like liver, like testicles.
The whole animal, he says.
Yeah. Everything that the animal has to offer, you eat that.
All right, so far, 2 for 2.
Right.
I love sleep. I love to eat.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have no processed foods whatsoever, which is tough for me, too.
That's going to be hard.
Me, too.
I had a frozen pizza over the weekend.
How was it?
It's delicious.
That's what I figured.
I ate the whole thing.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, I think they're personal. I think it's only meant for one sitting.
Were you at the risk of it going bad?
No.
Exactly right.
No, it's processed.
That's right.
It'll last forever.
That's right.
All right, next one.
Yeah.
Move.
That's right. Of course, you have to be active. You have to live your life in an active fashion. This guy would wrap chains around his waist and start pulling trucks and shit like that. Like he was nuts with the way that he was moving all the time. He would do multiple blood pumping workouts every day.
So much.
Yeah.
All right, the next one.
Yeah.
Shield. I love The Shield. Great show.
Right.
Walton Goggins.
But the Shield
is to avoid dangers.
Right. And I think that the dangers are within technology. Shield yourself away. He doesn't believe in he believes in the gamma radiation and the Wi-Fi and the cell phone signals and all that stuff that is constantly hitting us. He said keep that all away. That's bad for you. It's cancer causing. It makes you sick.
Specifically, seed oils, excessive Wi-Fi, EMFs, and man-made poisons.
See?
What are EMFs?
Electronic motherfuckers like Troy.
You're unbelievable. Oh!
Because that song will get you to do anything.
I can't believe I didn't know that we were against the EMF.
Yeah.
EMF is the shit.
You know what it is? You know why? It's because of the things you say. No, it's an electromagnetic field. Are the EMFs.
Of course.
So it's like all that. And he would live if people would visit, they would have to. There was a drawer to put their phones and stuff in.
What is he? Saul's brother?
Yes, that's exactly right. He would sleep in a tinfoil blanket. Now, a little weird that and I always find it weird, and that's always when I start to raise an eyebrow when people who are building lives around being social media influencers are telling you to get off the technology. It's well, then how would anybody have found you? There's no way that you actually believe this. But go on.
The next one?
Yeah, the next tenet, the next ancestral tenet as told to us by the Liver King.
Connect.
That's, I believe, when you connect your body to the earth.
Yes.
When you put your hands and your feet and your body on the earth. I believe that he was tanning his nether regions, taint area. Making sure that all that was.
Oh, was he the
connected
guy
as
that
well.
made that all like that? It went viral like a couple years ago.
He did it.
Your anus.
Okay, because I remember
that.
Justin Stengel was doing that.
He did it. Justin Stengel. He still does it. Actually, it's a big thing in Westchester.
He was doing it before.
Before
Oh, it was
Liver
cool.
King.
Yeah.
Before Liver King. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but that's about every single day connecting your body to the earth in a flesh to flesh fashion.
Yeah, he says 24/7, 365.
That's right.
No days off.
That's no days off. Absolutely not.
All right, the next one,
Next ancestral tenet.
cold.
Cold is you got to, first of all, he's walking around half naked all the time, but also all about taking cold plunges, all about feeling the cold. He said it's good for your body to cycle through the temperatures.
This is where he starts to lose me. He says comfort is not good for the organism.
That's right.
I love comfort.
Comfort is great, but it does make the organisms get weak. It makes the organisms get lazy. We have to work. And we have to work all the time.
What's better than a nice blanket? Come on.
Not good. Not good. Big blanket has convinced you that it's a good idea, but it's not good.
This is where I start to fall off.
Well,
I was down with sleeping and eating.
Well, if you're down with blankets, you're going to be down with the sickness.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's not going to be good.
All right. Next one is sun.
That you got to get sun on you every single day. You got to get that vitamin D. You got to get the energy from the sun. Get all the EMFs out of here and get the sun energy in.
The natural production of vitamin D. That's where, again, I'm taking vitamin D pills.
That doesn't do the thing. No. Pills and happy lights, no. You need the sun. That's the only real happy light.
This prevents tooth decay.
Right.
Increases immunity.
Right.
And improves overall health.
See? And how do you know? Liver King said so.
Yeah, I guess I just got to take his word for it.
That's right.
All right, two more.
Right.
Fight.
I mean, every day is a fight. You have to push your body to go further and further and further. Fight those things. I mean, it goes back to being comfortable. Fight those things, he says.
And he's not talking specifically about physical
He's not
fights.
talking about necessarily fisticuffs.
Right.
He's talking about getting in the gym and fighting through whatever that thing is that's telling you can't do it.
Last one?
Yeah.
Bond. That's Hot Dog's favorite one.
Well, for me, I had always, I had never had a problem bonding because for me, word is bond.
Yes.
And that's always been the way I've lived my life. But
embrace the power of connection,
yes,
support,
yes,
and traditions to enhance your well-being.
Liver King is big on family. He keeps his family together. And this whole
family.
And his whole lifestyle, by the way, like this whole thing started because his kids were genuinely like, they were sick. They were having to be hospitalized because they had these food allergies. And Liver King started going into what was actually causing this sickness in his children and started looking at what he considers all these like poisons and these bad effects on modern life on human beings that we're not supposed to be taking in. So he developed this whole lifestyle. And it did come from this place of purity.
Right.
So he creates this whole life based around these ancestral tenets and this whole way of being, and this is how we're going to do things, right? And then he comes, he's got these 26-inch biceps, he's got these big pectorals, he's got these crazy abs, this ridiculous back, and he's like 40 years old or something like that.
Is he really?
Yeah.
So I could do this.
Wow.
What are you laughing at?
People started to go like this. That dude does crazy amounts of steroids. Right? Nuts steroids.
He wasn't fooling anybody?
No. They were like, he does crazy steroids. And then Liver King realized that the next step, because he got big on social. His first thing was like, I want 1 million followers. So he hired this marketing company that does social media videos and stuff like that. And they go, okay, this is how we have to do it. This is how we have to build you into this character, this thing. And we'll get you 1 million followers. And he said it was because he had a positive message that he wanted to get out there. Which isn't not true, but also if he could sell some things with that positive message, I think that might have been the big influence behind it.
Yeah, how do you monetize?
Right.
How do I monetize my dream?
And that's literally, they said, step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is monetization. Like that's how it always works.
Underwear norms.
So that's exactly right. And they said, we don't worry about step 2 here. So, so he's doing this, and he realizes, as people are saying this, that the next step really in the Liver King thing, in making him bigger and bigger and bigger, is he has to start doing interviews. He has to start doing podcasts. He can't just do these Instagram videos because he's got Instagram videos and TikTok videos that have like 40 million, 50 million views on it. And you remember there was a time where like you couldn't go anywhere without seeing this guy. So he starts doing these podcasts.
And it kind of, to me at least, felt like it happened overnight.
It did, to an extent. And he starts doing these podcasts, and like he does Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive. And Logan Paul says, they say you're on steroids. And he goes, I'm not. Straight up, I'm not on even one steroid. 0 steroids. And he starts doing these other interviews. He goes, I can't, but people say this because they're jealous, because they don't want to believe it's true, because whatever, they have other motives. But I'll tell you one thing I can tell you is I'm not on any steroids whatsoever. And he was doing interview after interview going, I'm on 0 steroids. And then he was making videos. One thing I'm not is on steroids. Not me. No. 0, not a few, not a little, none, absolutely none.
Au natural.
That's right. And then this guy, More Plates, More Dates from YouTube.
Oh, sure.
He's like a workout influencer. He goes, hey. And he's done stuff with Liver King before. Like, he's like, maybe we can collaborate on something. Maybe we could do this. He goes, puts out this video called Liver King Exposed.
Oh.
And he says, yeah, you know how I've been saying Liver King is on a whole bunch of steroids? And you could just tell that by looking at him. And Joe Rogan was like on Rogan's podcast going like, that guy's on crazy amounts of steroids. Like, your body can't do that. Like, it just can't. And it's okay, by the way. Like, he's not an athlete.
No, but when you're presenting yourself as something.
Exactly.
It's like that guy who lost all that weight just lifting up boxes on Nathan For You.
Right. And they were like, we have to protect the brand. You're going to have to work out in this storage unit so nobody can see you. And please wear this wig.
Because you're going to be doing interviews.
Right, same exact thing. So, More Plates, More Dates managed to get emails that Liver King had sent to a potential new nutritionist or that was going to help, nutritionist / trainer that was going to help him. And in the emails, he said, here is what I am currently on. And it was like, I mean...
Why would you say that in writing?
So many. It was like, based on the amount of money being spent, it was like, not only high quality stuff, but an insane amount. Like, huge amounts. Leaked emails, $11,000 a month was being spent on steroids. And even in the emails, he was like, you know, I work out, I'm on this, I'm on that, I'm on this, I'm on that, but this back fat just won't go away. Is there anything you can give me to get the back fat to go away? And so More Plates, More Dates reads these emails. He's like, here, check out all these emails. And they said that Liver King started getting texts going like, yeah, we're fucked. And like, first he denied it.
I mean, can you imagine when that first text comes through and you get that hot feeling?
I know the feeling. It's the worst.
And you're like, oh no, it's all gonna crumble. It's.
But he said that he got the text sent to him with time codes. Ding. Right. And he watched the first time code and he was like, whatever, I'll just deny it. They can't prove that. And he was like, let me check this second time code. And he was like, oh, I'm fucked. Oh, they got me. They got me good. And then he said he kept denying it though. He's like, I don't know what that dude is talking about.
Yeah.
I'm going to deny this. And then, you know, and there were people around him going like his wife was going like, no, your message is so positive. This distracts from it. And that was the whole thing. He said, I never said it because it distracted from the message. Meanwhile, they're like on the dock talking to his people, like his marketing people going, yeah, he told us he wasn't on steroids.
Yeah, like he specifically said.
Now I'm looking at those marketing people going, you're marketing people. You know you're being lied to. Don't pretend that you didn't.
Is his wife all in like he is?
In.
Okay.
All in. And the kids are all in.
Okay.
Liver Queen. Like, yeah. There's no sort of weird cult family thing. Like, they're all in. He seems like a good father. Like, like that's all fine. But then they're like, no, we'll keep denying it. And the marketing people were like, you should not deny this. You should get in front of this. And he goes, appreciate that advice, but I'm going to deny it. And the more he denied it, the more people were like, you're crazy.
Of course.
That's not true. And then he eventually did come clean. And it's really interesting. And then, you know, obviously he's still he's still doing fine, but the empire crumbled. Yeah. It's not an empire anymore.
It's over.
Right. And you're watching this, and it's so interesting to me. There's two things that are very interesting to me about this. Number one, that people don't understand Because throughout, even still in the documentary, he's going, it's not a big deal that I'm on steroids. It doesn't change anything. And I'm going, nobody cares that you're on steroids. Nobody's mad at you for being on steroids. Everybody's mad at you for being a liar. You were lying about it. That's the problem. That you didn't just omit it. It wasn't just like, I'm not going to talk about it because it doesn't further the brand. You went on multiple shows and said, I am not, period. I am not doing this. And then you were like, by the way, I am doing this. And it's like, once that happens, that you're lying about it. And that's why when you're a lifestyle guru, which by definition, I have a problem with lifestyle gurus. But when you're a lifestyle guru.
Just in general?
In general. But when you're anybody that makes a living telling other people how to live, nobody's that flawless. And it's a lot of power for people. And I think it's something that humans aren't designed to handle responsibly.
Some are okay.
Who's your life?
Gary V.
Mr. Hustle. Gary V. All you have to do is work. If you just work 22 hours a day, you can get anything done. Okay, Gary, but I don't want to work 22 hours a day. How about that, Gary? How about I want to sleep and I want to see my family? How about like healthy lifestyle balance? How about that, Gary?
Andrew Tate?
I mean, come on. He's Cobra Tate.
Right. No, I know who he is.
He's the top G.
I have eaten more rotisserie chickens. Yeah, I have eaten more. That's right, Mike.
Not chopping onions like a fucking asshole.
No, not anymore. Not even because I'm not broke.
Yeah, that's the reason I don't cook.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a waste of time.
No, I'm very skeptical of all lifestyle.
Oh, okay. Even after we just said that.
Yes. You know what? Actually, especially after we just said
put
that.
an exclamation.
Yeah. Underline.
Okay.
So it's the idea that he's lying, that you're not going like, hey, like.
What about motivational speakers?
I mean, listen.
What about like a Tony Robbins?
I don't mind Tony Robbins.
He's a big dude.
He's a big guy. It starts to get in the... Tony Robbins actually, I think, generally does okay because he's more of the, you don't have to listen to me, but...
Here's what I'm saying
type of guy, which I'm okay with. But I would probably pull people aside that were taking it, like going like, this is like, when they treat it like it's a religion.
When it veers into mega church.
Yeah. Then I'm like, relax, gemstones. Like, relax, okay? Like that when it's like, if you are going and just being like, you know what? I'm going to spend the weekend with Tony Robbins. It's going to make me feel better. Maybe give me a couple good ideas. When you're waking up every day to a picture of Tony Robbins, going to bed every night reading his books, watching his then it's like,
yep.
He's
not motivating you anymore. He's controlling you.
He should be giving you a map,
right?
And then you kind of figure out your own way. Like he's just kind of giving you parameters, which should be the way it is. When you have people like Liver King that are like, here's when you should go to bed, when you should wake up, what you should eat, what you should do, what you should wear on your feet, where you should shit, how you should wipe. Like that's when it's like.
And also none of this works because I'm secretly taking steroids.
And I'm lying. Like that's when I go, okay, we got to calm down. But so that two things were interesting. Number one was the fact that I still think there's a disconnect with him and others about the fact that the steroids aren't the problem. The lying is the problem. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is how susceptible people are to needing somebody to follow. Like, to me, I saw the Liver King, and I'm like, this is a cartoon character. This is funny. Like, he's eating balls. He's got a big beard and big abs. Like, it's just a funny cartoon.
Yeah, he looks like a He-Man.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But then there are legitimately a lot of people that are like, I want to be like that. I'm going to give all my money to him because then I can be like that. And it's like, bro, no, you can't. Nobody can. Like, and that doesn't just go, it's not just a Liver King thing. That's for all these, like, you know, lifestyle gurus that pop up. I feel like sometimes people are so searching for answers, which is natural, that it becomes the easy thing to just go, I'm going to put all my faith into this one human being here. And you can't put your faith in human beings. You just can't.
So you're not going to VCon with Troy?
Probably not. Look,
what?
And he's not I don't think Gary Vee's a bad guy.
I thought you were going with me this year.
I mean, I'll go. I want to. He does have a line of trading cards that I want to check out.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'm going to the con.
Or break some boxes with Gary Vee?
I would 100% do that. I bet me and Gary Vee would get along like beans and rice.
Of course you would.
You know, I bet we would get along great.
Yeah.
I don't think Gary Vee's a bad guy at all.
He's a Knicks fan.
Knicks fan. Wants to buy the Jets, I'll buy the Jets with him.
You'll go in?
I'll go in.
99-1?
Probably something like that. Okay. Probably something like that. No, Gary Vee probably fits a little bit more in with like the Tony Robbins type, where I go, I don't think they're evil people. I don't think they have bad intentions. I think people need to have a balanced approach with how much they put into whoever it is. And also, Gary Vee doesn't really. He doesn't do like the lifestyle thing where it's like, no, just give me all your money and you can come to my thing and I'll teach you how to. Like, he's not a snake oil guy.
I don't know. He does like those. I think he has like a thing.
Does he?
He might.
I don't know. I don't know.
I better check.
Yeah, he's pretending he doesn't know.
Yeah, I've only been 3 times.
I think he's got like a thing you subscribe to and give him money every month.
I don't know.
Let me check my bank account.
I get the emails.
I see it's been processed. I don't know what I'm buying.
He has a monthly wine club.
Okay, well, Mr. Wonderful probably has a monthly wine club.
Yeah, and you know what? That's great.
Yeah.
Gary Vee should be on Shark Tank.
I'm surprised he hasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd be a great shark.
Oh, he's a billionaire.
You don't have to be a billionaire.
He's doing very well for himself. That guy who invented Ring after Shark Tank got to be a shark.
Yeah.
Eric in Pittsburgh.
Sammy Liver Muffins. How are you, buddy?
Great dude.
Hey, so Saturday night, after watching The Sandlot,
nice.
I said to my girlfriend, can we watch my friend Sam Roberts on the Liver King documentary?
My friend.
And she said, he's not your friend. And I said, maybe he is, because I call a lot, so maybe we're friends. Can you confirm?
I'll be a friend in your head, okay? Friend in your head is, I'm not. That's about as far as I'll go.
Friends.
Friend in your head.
Friends.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That works for me.
Thank you.
So first off,
go ahead.
with this Liver King thing.
Go ahead.
The minute you saw him, did you not know he was on steroids?
I did.
mean,
I assumed he was. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And then, the supplements he tried to sell, that's not going to make Travis look like Liver King. Okay? Let's be honest.
Are you sure?
$11,000 a month. $11,000 a month on steroids and HGH. I mean,
yeah, you should try the steroids.
Now. Just the steroids.
Yeah.
If you're only going to do one or the other, I would do the steroids.
Would I get abs like that?
Yes.
You're closer to getting abs like that on the steroids than you
do
are
that for the show.
Get Travis on a couple cycles. Yeah.
See if we can expense it with McClure.
Yeah, I think so.
But
I would do it.
2
If
cycles.
we could expense it. I would do it.
2 cycles.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing
Okay.
crazy.
Yes, Eric.
Tell Travie, though, if you're going to do one of the two, do HGH because your body produces it normally. So that's probably the better way to go, because steroids, Travis Court will blow up.
You know what? My cardiologist probably wouldn't like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'll do HGH because I like Mark McGuire, I like Jose Canseco.
Yep.
I'll do stuff that they've done. It's safe.
It's totally safe.
We have it in our bodies already.
That's right. Have a little more.
Yeah.
Big deal. Yeah. So I have been getting reached out actually a lot to about this Liver King doc because I didn't know. I didn't find out until after it was on. But Hot Dog and yours truly make a couple of appearances in the Liver King doc.
It's crazy how many appearances you and Hot Dog make in documentaries.
We did Curious Case of Natalia Grace.
Yep.
We did Liver King
and
Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Yeah, we've done a bunch.
Now, do they not have to reach out to you because this is like fair use? Because it's
I don't know. Natalia Grace.
Media like
Natalia Grace reached out.
Okay.
Liver King. I don't think they did.
Tiger King.
No, we were surprised when Tiger King came out. I don't know. I mean, I don't care.
I wonder if it's like, well, we should reach out because it's the nice thing to do, but like legally we don't have to. It's media. It's fair use.
I like when they reach out and go like, we could compensate. I go, okay, great.
You didn't get any compensation for this?
I didn't know what was happening.
You should say there's compensation or there's a cease and desist.
Would it be great if I sent a cease and desist to Netflix? I'm like, but if you want to run the show about Raw, you can still run that, just not this. Yeah, so Hot Dog and I popped up because we had covered it on the Sam Roberts Now YouTube show that we were doing before this show. Because I was all over this, I was fascinated by the whole thing. But I noticed something when they used us that I thought was like I was laughing out loud as I was watching this. You can't see it too good.
6 months.
The eating he's promoting is good, high quality food.
People who are having problems are looking for an answer. And sometimes a big muscle man with a beard is exactly what they need.
I lost cheese.
Okay, so that's one. And obviously we're on the rise of the Liver King, right? And that's me featured. There's two things that I started laughing at as I was watching that. Number one, I sometimes underestimate that I think it's just because I've been in front of these microphones for so long that just by default I talk in sound bites.
Yes.
Like, that's crazy. That's like a perfectly formed soundbite. And I didn't even know they were doing it. It was mid-conversation. I just, by default, speak in sound bites. I just did it just now. So that made me laugh. That I was like, how did I give them a sound bite without knowing that I was doing that?
And you got your little mans behind you.
I think that's okay. Three things then. It is, to me, because people will go, why do you have it set up like that? Like, nobody sets their thing up like that. The idea, especially here, that you'd be watching this doc and there's some show. Hot Dog doesn't say one word in this whole thing.
Right.
The idea that I do a show where Hot Dog would be on a monitor behind my head saying nothing the whole time is so funny.
It's like Tom Green.
Yep. Right, exactly right. Exactly. And
he's just sipping on a cup of coffee in the background.
The way the monitor is set up, I don't know how Hot Dog's monitor is, but look at his eye line. It looks like he's looking at me through the monitor.
I mean, it's so funny. And the Not Sam branding is perfect.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. So all that, but also, and you'll see this even more in the second clip, because they used us, Hot Dog and me, they used us both in the rise of the Liver King, which is there, and then in the fall, which I was very excited to get two sound bites in this thing, right?
Great.
Also, it shows that you're fair.
Yeah.
It does show that we're fair, but
go ahead.
You'll see it even more in the second. But even in that first one, I started laughing because I go, they're making it seem like I was saying that as a positive. Like sometimes we're looking for answers and he's got them. I was being sarcastic.
Right.
I was saying, and anybody who knows me can see it in my face, like I'm half laughing.
Right.
Like the idea of you're looking for answers and the Liver King is the one that you go to for the answers is to me absurd.
It's a silly thing to say.
It's a silly thing. That's why I said it, but because of the context of where it's at in this doc, it's like, oh, Sam and Hot Dog were like, Liver King has all the answers. So I'm already laughing, right? And I go, okay. And I was fine. I thought that was it. Because I hadn't, like I said, I didn't know what was in it. I continue because I love my Liver King story. I continue watching, and then this pops up.
Eat fucking balls.
Icons everywhere are disappointing their fans. These people that we looked up to, that we respected, are proving themselves to be not who they said that they were.
This is dumb.
That's so great, dude. It sounds like you're selling like wrestling.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're upset that your icon has been lying to you.
Two things. Again, soundbite. Like it's like, let's stay with him, because that was a kind of a long clip for this montage. But it's like where he's telling this story compacted in one sentence, which is nuts. But then also, like it sounds like I'm being totally legit. Like I can't believe this.
Like icons are just